Chat, what is up? Welcome back to the stream today. We are watching Shopify Rebellion, guys. My league team. This is my League of Legends team, and they are on the brink of getting eliminated from all of League of Legends. Forever. If they lose this match, they're out. So we need to win. So we need to win. That's all we need. We just need to win. And for what it's worth, we beat 100 Thieves last time we played them. Okay, this is a little too much for me. This song's a little too much for me, I won't lie. Yeah, my team Shopify Rebellion. Chat, how y'all doing today? Chat, it was embarrassing. Today, I wanted to work out, but we went to bed at 3:30 because me and Cutie stayed up until 3:30 watching a Osama bin Laden documentary about the, what's that shit he did? 9/11, and him dying and whatnot. Yeah, it's the Netflix one. It's the Netflix one that just dropped. How'd it end? Dude, I'm not gonna lie. So it kind of spanned from like 2001, which is when 9/11 happened, to 2011. And towards the later years, I was like, damn, this has been going on too long. It was low-key a Game of Thrones situation. Like, I feel like they should have wrapped things up back in 2007. But they decided to keep it going even after they switched presidents. It's like when Steve Carell left the office. George Bush was out and they kept doing it. And I was like, they should have wrapped this with George Bush. I don't know why they're still doing this. Osama would have loved Skyrim. He was definitely alive for Skyrim, wasn't he? Was he not alive for Skyrim? Dude, he would have loved CS2. He would have loved CS2. All right, shut off the music. Let's listen.
Shopify Rebellion with an additional deep ward around the red buff of 100 Thieves from the.
They're dragging it. Okay. Yep. I'm not going to pretend I'm smarter than counterintelligence that America offers. But after watching the documentary, I think nowadays our counterintelligence is what I used to think it was like. But when I was a kid, I feel like U.S. intelligence was low-key, not dumb per se, but they weren't as all-knowing as I thought they were. It took them 3 years to figure out the guy who bombed the World Trade Center in 1993 was the same guy who bombed it in 2001. And I feel like if I was on the case, I'd be like, top suspect, who's done it before?
End up. I don't actually expect a lot of early
action. That took 3 years.
For as much as I keep saying, like, I want it, I think we'll just get
That's too many years for that.
Standard clears here.
And last time these two teams did meet up, it was a Shopify win, but it was also a very
They were busy? I just don't think you are busy after 9/11. I think your schedule should clear up.
Stolen back and forth, contracts in river, stealing objectives back and forth, and then even Fudge getting one with an auto attack later on. The funny thing was, the team that stole the objective kept losing the game. So like
is Shopify Rebellion getting diddied, or are they slamming 100 T's like in pools? Is that a phrase now? Getting diddied? Jesus, what a dark phrase.
Chaotic, action-packed game.
What a dark phrase that is.
I think kind of like a similar style. They like to really be in their opponent's face and kind of make things happen, which just makes for a really fun series to watch.
I zoned out. How did we get from Pride Month to 9/11? A lot closer than you think, brother.
In the same area of the map here as they're completing the second half of these full clears. We'll see if that leads to a scuffle over the scuttle as Palafox and Quid still fight for priority over this mid lane. Honestly, very even standing between the two, but it is Quid with slightly higher health and mana values right now. Checking in on the bottom lane immediately. Ayla wants to try to engage here on Seos, take advantage of that early laning phase of the Senna.
So it's 100 Thieves versus Shopify Rebellion. It's a best of 5. Losers eliminated from playoffs. The winner moves on to go up against Team Liquid. The playoffs are to determine which North American team will end up going
We're
to MSI.
Here. Seos at about 200 HP. Flash in from Ayla for the first blood.
And if you were wondering, that's a bad start. Do you go to MSI if you make it?
That's exactly what they wanted out of the Jin Leona lane, right? Like, not only do they want to be able to take control of the wave, but it's a kill lane.
I think
like,
one team goes to MSI,
on
buddy.
this Senna, they want to be able to
We'd have to win
case,
this,
the Nautilus early,
then the next
really
game,
get those early
then the next
advantages,
game,
and I think it is important for
then one
the
more.
game going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Seos, I think, just kind of underestimated the damage a little bit here. He's the one going forward.
Is there match fixing in League?
On to FBI, but FBI has that third shot.
I don't think so.
They're able to chain the stun into a route, land the fourth
I
shot,
think
and then
North
able to
America is
splash
just
it forward,
authentically
pick him back
ass.
up
I don't
for
think we
restun.
have to get paid to be
Have the
ass.
Q bounce from the Jin. They're able to finish him off, and Seos didn't flash out.
I feel like sometimes in these
It's genuine, hand-grown ass.
Than a true tank. He can pretend to
He's
be
got
one.
the styrofoam armor.
He can wear
I'm hearing rumors about Vietnamese
But
servers.
then you put him next to somebody who really
I
is
can't
a
speak for them.
tank like Leona, and you see that it's not the real, genuine article. And that's a bit of what we got right there with Seos biting off more than he could chew with that dredge line. He pays the price for it, and 100 Thieves will happily take the freebie kill.
Well, I mean, this
All
is
right.
one of those weaknesses
Anyway, we
of
did
Senna
beat
as
100
well.
Thieves
To be
last time we
clear,
played
is that
them.
it's like, Senna is
So
not gonna win
we can beat them again,
100-0
to be
all
clear.
play.
Like, we are the
This
higher
is
seed
more
going into
about
this. We are
focus,
4
more
seed,
about
they're 5th
taking
seed.
short trades and then sustaining up by queuing through the Nautilus and poking down your opponent. So when you hook in onto the Jin, you think, wow, this is really going to be great for us. But Bibo wasn't really in a place to actually follow up too heavily, and it's tough.
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of saw him.
Are 100
standing there,
Thieves
right? Like, there
ass?
wasn't much
No,
he
I think
could
they're
do.
winners of
That's
the
not
first
a
split.
knock on him. It's
But I
just
think
the way
they've
the matchup goes.
they've had a bad split too. They haven't been playing well recently.
Here. The chicken
It doesn't mean that they are like this exact team has won before. They kind of fell off. Yeah, low-key they fell off.
It's a sad reality, though.
Did you watch the Dodgers game yesterday? Yeah, the 18-2 blowout. The Dodgers are fucking on the Yankees.
To his own farming path. As we check in on
If you guys are baseball heads, the Dodgers beat the Yankees so bad that Shohei Ohtani fell asleep during the game. You know how disrespectful that is?
But first, picking his champion first. There we go. I finally got there. I'm really curious to see how well he'll be able to do against Fudge, who has been having a real renaissance in the second half of the split.
Yeah,
100 T got second last split. My bad. Second last split.
He was my vote for 13
They still fell off, is what I mean.
I do think, he was looking good. And
Does it matter at all for you financially if your team wins or loses?
Is struggling and not getting a ton of wins, and that was kind of the case for Shopify. But even in many of their losses, I think Fudge was a standout.
Yeah, I would say so.
Sniper,
In a roundabout way.
Doing well in this 1v1 for now. He did go grasp. He rushes tabbies, so he's not playing to dominate.
If they won everything outright, I would stand to be a very happy man. So that's what we need. Okay. Oh, 1 for 1? Palafox can get out. We're staying in? Bad bitches. Bad bitches. Okay, go drag here maybe? Oh, never mind. Go FBI. You guys are, dude, I would have backed out on this play 10 times over. Okay, 3 for 1.
Shopify Rebellion win the fight. 3 kills to 2 on the board.
And that's huge.
Well, it's 3 for 1, wasn't it?
Especially
they had that 1K on Nautilus earlier, but that was a 3 for 1 right there. Nice, man.
100 Thieves are the team that really want to be winning these early skirmishes, and it's them who actually get the first setup onto this Drake. But because Ayla ends up going so low here,
so what's Nautilus do?
Is able to get
Auto?
in. You said that Seos was a LARPer, but he actually
he just kind of walks around. He doesn't do shit. Oh, there he goes. Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Then he hits his hook.
Ends up surviving, right?
I just don't know any of Nautilus's abilities. It just feels like all that motherfucker does is walk around and then occasionally throws hook.
Down FBI on the backside of it.
Roomy Rumble
I mean,
practice? Maybe after this, yeah.
The big thing there is really how Palafox got involved early.
Absolutely, and the fact that Ayla had no flash, right? They know that they can commit onto him. Ayla has no choice, but either they just give him up and accept that the fight is lost, or he goes in and they just commit to it.
His auto attack roots. Okay, thank you.
They did lose in the upper bracket. They did get 3-0, but if you didn't watch the series, that does not really tell the whole tale.
I like how Ludwig pretends he understands what's going on. I do. Just to be clear, I'm a very good League of Legends player.
Fudge is going to have to use his ultimate to get out of there.
I hate Gnar.
Very, very
I feel like Gnar's so shit. But then I say that and Fudge always proves me wrong.
I feel like Shopify easily could have won those games, especially
so prove me wrong again, please.
Winning position. They just struggled to close it out, but it honestly kind of gave me more faith that going up against some of the weaker teams in the lower bracket, they can actually do some damage.
Yeah, I think the big thing here, again, is compositionally that winning that early fight is huge for them. And then the thing to look out for Shopify as that longest 3-1 we need to
C-Dog uploaded the RV trip today. It looked fun. Dude, that trip was fun.
Hope you two are ready. But the
We're
thing
aiming
that
for the longest 5 games.
I was gonna say I watched some of it. I almost think he made the video too short.
Their games. Like, you hear this from their own players,
which is crazy because it's a 2-hour video.
The problem we have is not even
it just feels like there's so many good
positions
moments you
or
lose.
having good team fights. It's actually closing out the game with a win.
And Fudge actually said that on stage.
Is he doing another? I don't know.
Earlier, he was talking about how this week that was exactly what their team was focused on in practice.
To be honest,
like,
I don't know.
They clearly know this is the issue. You know, he was saying that they were scrimming against FlyQuest, so obviously a very tough.
Did you do something to Me Young? She was IGLing yesterday. I like to think that I bullied her into being confident. Yeah. I've been working on this project for like 6 months of bullying Me Young into being confident.
But Shopify Rebellion is going to arrive in time to stop him from claiming any of them early on, but he still wants to see if maybe he can get one of them in smite range, but no, not quite. The patience lost on all 3 of the grubs as Contracts, B-Boy, and Seos will now take control.
Have you watched any of the Korean teams play? Yeah, we're watching LCA right now.
The smite, make sure that they still have that to fight for the remaining ones. They will do just that. One grub over to Shopify, as now they're going to continue to look for the next. It's everybody from Shopify already here. First 2 grubs down, no smite used. This should be a 3-grub play for the Rebels, but what is the cost after? Seos wants to go in.
Okay.
Ayla with the counter engage, but now he's all alone. Shopify Rebellion with a full-on 5v5. Fudge taken very low, but he ain't dead yet. River trying to get away now as well. Into the back line goes Sniper to find the kill onto Fudge, as River stays alive too, and 100 Thieves just hit him straight in the mouth. The grubs might have gone the way of
what
Shopify
was that play by
Rebellion,
Contracts?
but the Thieves have a cleaner 5v5.
Where did Contracts think he was on the map?
Just a little too late from 100 Thieves, as we see.
No!
Palafox might be in trouble. No, he's gonna escape.
Dude, Contracts was in there doing a 1v3 while everybody else on Shopify Rebellion is like, hey, let's get out of here.
Pushing up on that wave.
I feel like if Contracts is back, you can kill the Gwen and then trade 1-for-1 off the Gwen flash. Am I crazy here?
Time you gave over the grubs, I think they wanted to contest. They were just too slow. I mean, Quid, like you said, he wanted to buy before he actually teleports in. So he bases, he teleports, and then he still has to ult to even get here. So the grubs are already gone.
Hold up. Take a look at where Contracts is.
But Sniper got a lot done as they come in with this Leo wall. They kind of get sectioned off, but we're back to live.
Okay. Shout out Uber Eats, I guess.
And it's River in danger, flashes over the wall to barely escape. One more auto attack from even the Dragon would have finished.
Kind of, I was
the
looking
job
at that
there,
low
but
key.
Shopify Rebellion are going to take control over this pit. They got all 3 of the grubs. Now they're going to grab this Drake.
Why is a team called Shopify Rebellion?
Control.
The actual lore is I don't know if this is leaked.
It is really interesting to see.
Fuck it, I'll leak some shit.
It's been Shopify.
The actual lore is that Toby is the creator of Shopify Rebellion. All right, this guy named Toby. And Shopify Rebellion, if you don't know, multi-billion dollar company, big ass company. To the point where I think, you know,
some serious danger of dying to Quid's damage.
Yeah, and I mean,
Toby not the only guy anymore.
That he already has Roa, right?
He's the founder, but you know, you got a bunch of smart people who are telling him the right decisions to make for marketing or whatever. And it's working. Company's doing great.
All right,
but I think Toby wanted some shit that was his own.
B-Boy and Seos now taking up position here in the mid lane.
And so I think he's just the guy who made the call because he really liked Dota. He was like, fuck it, let's make an esports team. And then just stacked. Just skipped all the fucking rules and red tape that you might normally have to do to spend a lot of money to make an esports team, and then made that shit.
Pretty much always the first item these days to guarantee that you can have a little.
So it's not really like a rebellion against the world. It's almost like a rebellion against.
That's why people always are pretty much going to go on it. These
like
days,
marketing in corporate America, like his own company.
People are going for. Obviously, you do get a lot of credit from your passive, the Soul Collection as well.
Yeah, it's a rebellion because he's putting his own money in esports team in a roundabout way. Yeah.
From that, so you do get a lot of value out of it. Palafox, we've seen him, getting hit by a lot of these trades, but again, because you build so tanky,
it's a rebellion against profit. Yeah.
He's going to be working in towards his Archangels.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
It's going to be almost impossible to kill unless there's an overwhelming amount of damage. It just allows the Rise to really play. So
there's the
which is how you have to play if you want to get a lot of damage out in team fights.
The evil Senate, which is trying to make money and very successful at it, and the heroic rebellion, which at all costs is desperately trying to lose money and succeeding. By the way,
so to be able to get into a lot of these early skirmishes. The interesting thing for 100 Thieves, or the thing to watch.
This is best of 1 or best of 3? Best of 5. Shopify has a Dota team, yeah.
with the Gwen, who is in a good spot, and then also Quid, right? Because with the Taliyah wall, he can join.
I don't really watch Dota. From what I understand, our Dota team is kind of like if you took the 2008 U.S. men's Olympic team and then had them play today.
Right now, they're both on the bot side, and Quid is about to.
It's like a bunch of names and heroes of the sports that you remember,
very modest gold lead,
but they're not as good as they would have been if they were all playing together in 2008. They're still good.
1 minute. It has been 100 Thieves controlling.
That's old Shopify Rebellion. They might have changed this. New Shopify Rebellion is different. Okay, I'm out of date. I understand.
As you can see,
candidly, nothing about Dota.
Average stacks for Senna at different points in the game. 49.5 is the number to beat. B-Boy at only 37, a little bit behind the mark.
And I think this would also, I'm assuming, include support, because support generally does have kind of that higher stacking rate. But he's doing all right. And we will see. It's generally if you can skirmish pretty heavily, and especially if there is melee champions like melee supports that don't have high threat.
Is Shopify Rebellion the same as Near Airport? No.
Stages of the game.
No, Near Airport is a tier 2 North American team. Shopify Rebellion is in LTA. They're in the Premier.
Side of Shopify Rebellion, Contracts tries to throw out a quick win, becomes lightning, doesn't find a lot of targets here. Wants to protect this control ward, but
are you doing a switch to launch?
Control over the area.
I might not do it on launch day.
Guys, teleports are ready.
I might do it like the weekend or something.
Both of them, so we'll have to check on the timing if a fight does break out.
Like I don't think I'm gonna go live Thursday or Friday doing it, but maybe Saturday. Or maybe Friday and Saturday or something. Because it comes out on a Thursday, I think.
Can also be used as B-Boy is forced back temporarily down below half.
Isn't B Ricard on Switch too? Yeah.
100 Thieves move up to look to control the river.
Yeah, we'll have to see how effective FBI is going to be too, because he did go Ghostblade here, so it is going to be a much later IE. But you are.
Are you gonna do cocaine and then make a mid album?
With that Ghostblade,
I'm not getting the reference.
We'll see if they can actually get in a position to contest, because again, Quid's down bot lane.
Because that could be just 10,000 people.
Like this time they are just going to give it up. Sniper
it could be so many people you're referencing.
So actually they're going to try to contest, but it's too late.
Okay, Rivers stepping up, but the Herald already slain and claimed by Contracts and Shopify Rebellion.
The weekend?
Oh
no.
Immediately though, as the engage comes out from Ayla, Sayas is about to die already, and now
tell you what, that shit is not worth Rift Herald.
Double kill over to the Wolf.
Palafox, you're still in? What are you just doing in the pits? What are you on vacation?
And now the Rise is dead as well. 100 Thieves. They reprise their earlier performance. Shopify might get the objective, but they're looking at it from the graveyard.
Exactly. We've seen this one before. They're late for the objective. They're just on time for the fight. 100 Thieves able to come in here. They have Sniper coming from that top side again on the solo flank. He forces the flash out from B-Boy. Fudge kind of has to retreat, and then he just turns and collapses.
Guys, 3 people dead is 900 gold. The Rift Heralds could crack a tier 1 tower, which is worth... How much is a tier 1 tower worth?
Yeah, the big thing is getting that kill on to Palafox, right?
500 gold.
In Herald fights, we're just giving them too much space, and we're just letting them kind of go on us. But to be honest, it doesn't really seem like we're winning the skirmishes.
I would agree.
I would agree with that.
Yes, I concur with that assessment. The skirmishes are not going the way of the Rebels, and now, unfortunately, the cost has been...
Oh, damn, bro. We are getting trounced. Who's got gold? Who's rich? Who has a chance of carrying this game? Right now, it's our top lane and our mid lane. It's a bit of a jungle gap in terms of gold diff. Contracts is down a rack in gold, which is a lot.
Palafox in the bot lane, and I think we
but our top lane's kind of even. And low key, after taking tier 1 tower, might be up.
Can actually make a difference in that.
I think Fudge can carry
an overloaded side and really kind of try to push back. And they are able to take the tier 1 top immediately, so they are getting some of that gold a little bit closer.
Yeah, that's going to be big for them because
I watch Arcane. I don't understand any of this.
Want to wait it out, right? Like they want to.
Yeah, it doesn't really come up. Oh, this is a nice play.
Lanes, but then also
oh, this is a nice play.
Does scale better. And I like this play from
using
them,
the Rift Herald to crack tier 2 top. That's going to be a 1,000 gold flip.
Sniper is not going to be
okay.
Yeah, nice.
Wait, maybe crack tier 3 here.
A massive surge of gold to bring this
never mind.
to a much closer state than it was.
No, it's a bit lofty.
1,000 gold lead, excuse me, has been cut in half.
Okay, that was huge.
If you look at where
wait, that was a good Rift play.
It's almost entirely here, right? Those numbers almost match
Good
each
place
other.
to be,
Yeah.
I will say.
They're pointing
Better
out
getting
that the
offended
gold
usually
lead for
means
100
good things.
Thieves
So I
is
think the
almost
big
equivalent to
thing
the
for me
gold
now
difference of
for
our
100
jungle.
Thieves, when we're looking at how they're winning these fights,
Which
is
hurtful.
River getting in, and
Don't
also, I do
feed,
think
get
Sniper,
fed.
to your point, has been doing
Dude, you know the
pretty
marketing
good.
team thought they popped with that one.
Immediately, River diving in on top of him with the help of Ayla and FBI.
Fuck
to
yes,
get a quick
dude.
kill
Fuck
on the
yes. Don't feed,
Exactly
get
like that.
fed, bro.
I was gonna set it up, but no.
That shit
River
is
just
bars.
Killed someone for me
River
instead.
did it first.
Shopify scrambling to try to defend the
Man,
tier 1 turret.
this is gonna be
Now
a
they'll
hard
have another
tower to
wave of
defend.
Minions from 100 Thieves about to crash into that. Down to about
Meanwhile,
100
they're grabbing
HP
top.
on the mid lane tier 1, but top side, it's Sniper putting in an equal amount of work on that tier 1, and nobody from Shopify is around to stop him.
We not matching
As soon as
top?
The Gwen takes that. The gold lead is right back up to almost 3,000.
Yeah, and it
I'd
was a
like
nice
to
job,
grab some
again,
top.
while
All
they're
right,
trying
Tim,
to push on
shit.
Mid, knowing that Sniper is up on that top side, can take that top tier 1. And again, he's in a really good position, and I think they've been doing a good job of where he's been flanking.
Dude, the
to get
warding in
into
pro
a lot
games
of
is
these fights.
insane.
He's been a really
Everything
good
is warded.
them.
It's actually
Actually
annoying.
elected to go for the Black Cleaver second,
Oh!
so a little bit more utility.
This is
there, a lot
huge.
of physical damage, and might be able to actually get Quid here.
Oh, if that last Q would have hit, he could have been
Damn.
in such a solid spot to make
Wait,
this
we're
happen.
flashing on
Fudge
this?
Still wants it. He's going all the way forward.
Damn, was that
And the
necessary?
Fudge
Maybe.
factor is there.
Wait,
Kill of the enemy
wait,
player.
turn. Oh, don't turn this, don't
Careful,
turn this.
Contracts stuck in a bad spot as Sniper arrives to cut him up, and it looks like Shopify is still going to have
I'll say
to
that boy
settle
Contract's
for
a little
just
deep
1-for-1.
sometimes.
It is a 1-for-1, but they
He's
do
a
get the
little deep
shutdown. Fudge
sometimes.
Getting a lot of gold there, and they're pushing up on top side as well. FBI had to roam down, so they're not pushing mid. They're not actually pushing top. They will have to
Why
try
waste
to
ult?
catch that
I
mid.
mean, I think death timers are pretty high.
But still, good play there from Shopify.
What a bad stream
Winning
title.
through sides
What's the
is
stream
one of the
title?
ways that they
Best
can
league player
actually break
of
this
all
game.
time
Talked
watches his
about
team
it.
win the
If you're losing in
championship.
the skirmishes, you need to be able to have an
Really, I kinda
advantage
love
in
it.
those side lanes to put pressure on
I'm on a
there.
different wavelength from you. I love
Thus
that title.
far, are able to do it.
Okay, we're checking in on the Senna again because we're hitting that last
What's your
mark there.
opinion on
Average
solo
stats of
leveling
20, just
anime
about
of the year
73.
instead of Freerin?
Boys are at
I
49,
actually
so
think
he's
if you
only at
genuinely thought
2/3 of the
solo
expected
leveling was a
He hasn't
better
really been
anime
involved
than
in a lot,
Freerin,
right? Like, it feels like the only
you,
fights he's
in
really been
my
involved in is
mind,
kinda just running away,
have
or he's
a
throwing his ultimate across the
similar
map and things like this.
media
So,
literacy
hasn't really been
level
able to skirmish very heavily.
to
Yeah, and I think another thing that
Like-
we kind of, I believe it was you that pointed out
I don't
in
know.
the Shopify FlyQuest
like a
series
7-year-old.
was Shopify being able
Maybe.
to send B-Boy to collect sidewave gold, right? And try to keep him in those
To
games
me, it's
where
the same as
FlyQuest
being
did a
like,
much
dude,
better
you know
job
what channel
with
rules? I
Moxie,
found this on
making
YouTube
sure that
recently.
he was able,
It's called
to
Coco
get
Melon.
that sidewave
Dude,
gold.
so what they do,
So we'll see how
that's
they
it
try to
it
get
literally
B-Boy
sounds like that to me.
further into a good position, because as we know, Senna can just absolutely take over games late.
Now, do I think
Also,
solo
his
leveling's
gold lead is a
bad?
little bit
No.
deceptive
I think
for how
solo
it is right
leveling's
now
just
in
a
the game,
fun show.
because I wanted to mention
It
this, if
is
you
kind
look
of a
at the top,
modern
Palafox
Sword
spawned
Art
like 3 or 4
Online,
of the little
minus
flowers.
the
It's
incest.
6 flowers for the side of 100 Thieves to 25 for Shopify Rebellion. That type of a difference.
But I
usually
don't
happens
really
after
think
a team
solo
plays
leveling makes you
Otacon,
feel much.
But he's still alive on the map.
I mean,
so
that's what happens when your team has push in all the lanes, right? When you have push, you can collect all the flowers. When you're winning the lanes, you get to collect all the flowers. It's 19 adaptive force and 500 experience for Shopify compared to 120 XP, 5.7 adaptive.
Now, as far
force.
as power
it is
fantasy
quite a
goes, it
bit of an
rules.
advantage right now, you know?
To be fair, I
More
also
than
didn't
a
watch the
long
anime.
sword.
I heard the animation was
It
really
is
good. I never
pretty
watched
nice
it.
edge across the board. And
I
like you
read
say,
it.
It is something that's not showing on the screen.
right, it's one of those things that could make the next fight closer for Shopify than we might think. But again, going back to what we heard from Contracts when we listened into the comms,
I read the
they
manhwa.
recognize the fights aren't working out. They've got to play this smarter. They've got to go about these objectives in a more intelligent, more coherent way. And
You
speaking
didn't
of
even watch
objectives,
it? Bro,
not
I
only
watched
but
the
now,
source
5
material.
seconds until the next dragon spawns. These are not high priority dragons with the state of the game. The first
No,
turret
don't
will take in
do
very
it!
less than 11 minutes.
Don't
There's
go
also
for
one
Atacon, no!
So nobody's close to a soul. I think if you're Shopify and you're going to grab the
Wait, this
Otacon
could
and
work.
trade it away
This
for a
is
single
spotted.
Cloud Drake, you're having a great time with that.
They're
deal.
coming right now, so they don't want to just give this up, but it's going down in a hurry. Can 100
Hurry,
Thieves
hurry.
actually stop them?
Get it, get it, get it, get it.
Shopify have already got
Get
the
it, please,
Otacon
get it,
down to
please,
about
get it,
3,000 HP.
please,
They need to finish it off
please.
before their opponents can get in and try to do anything
Get out,
about
get
it.
out, get out.
Contract
Oh,
taking
nice
Otacon
rise ult.
and a
Rise!
beautifully timed round warp
Rise!
to avoid the post-objective fight.
Really, really nicely
The only
done
reason I was
from
yelling "Don't get it"
Shopify
is
that
because the
automatically
last time they
bumps
played
their
100
points down to
Thieves, the
35,
team that got
which makes
Atacon
that
lost
a
every
great
game.
objective for them to focus on. And once again, they get the setup on the objective. 100 Thieves are on Drake, and therefore too
Charlie hates
slow to
Freerin?
finish,
Does
and a
he?
Great realm warp from Palafox to get them all out.
Plus, you know, it's amplifying all the ones that they already had, right? It's that 25% bonus that you get, more XP, more adaptive force. So now it is almost 30 adaptive force, plus all of the experience.
He's off, bro.
Experience across the entire team.
He didn't finish it, and he said he didn't like it.
As much as you mentioned just a couple of minutes
Okay,
ago,
like,
it's
it's like eating a pizza from the crust to the middle, and then being like, I don't like it after eating the fucking crust part. It's like, yeah, you haven't eaten pizza yet. You don't know what it's like.
I mean, it's been kind of the story of the game so far is that they are late to every one of these objectives, but they've been winning the fight. This time they were.
He also didn't like One Piece. I think that's a fair take. I actually don't blame people for not liking One Piece.
Maybe they could have won that fight and just kind of made it the same thing again, but you got to be there on time.
If you're 5 minutes late, it's problematic. If you're an hour late, you just missed the whole event, and that was the case there with the Otacon.
Oh, he does like One Piece? People be lying to me. Wait, kill this squad. That's a huge shutdown. That's a huge shutdown. No! Yes! B-boy! Oh my God! What a hit! That's huge. That's such a huge. That's like 1,000 gold that goes directly to B-boy, directly to our ADC. That is a huge kill.
Get it. Really nice collapse from Shopify, recognizing that
this is
again,
low-key winnable.
To sniper on time, right? And it's really been Shopify,
even though we've been down from basically the first minute. Oh my God.
Palafox caught by a Zenith blade. Yes, he's going to use the stasis to buy a little bit more time, but he flashes out of the way.
Contracts is a hero?
Tries to protect him, but 100 Thieves just sends
wait, 1 for 1? Okay, that's good. Well played by Contracts there. Way to go 1 for 1 there, bro.
For the fight to keep going. Maybe if he had a little bit more rage, he could have tried to jump in there, but there would have been no.
The Contracts horniness does pay off.
For 1 when the dust settles.
That's also huge because
I mean,
yeah, they can't do shit now. Baron's like, can't do shit.
Praising Palafox, I feel he ends up dying. I still think Shopify have been doing a really good job of essentially forcing 100 Thieves into bad choices, but here we just
Pay Tyler want to coach you. I think I watched Tyler one coach Soda Pop in that league.
Out of the Jin ult, he's able to, he just goes down there.
It was funny.
Quid is gonna end up coming in on.
It did not feel like he knew how to coach.
That ward that was in the brush there that actually spotted him. This blue ward right there, of course, gets turns off.
I think he just has so much more info than a player like me or Soda Poppin in his brain that to even begin to explain it is a challenge. I think coaching is actually a hard job.
He had just bought that arm guard, so he's a ways away from.
Why does a commentator sound like Valkyrie? I don't know. I'm assuming you're a guy who's only ever listened to Valkyrie before.
Very big indeed.
I'll give it a listen. I'll give it a listen.
That before he completes his hourglass purchase entirely. And remember, if you want to watch the finals with a crowd, but you're not in LA, we got some good news. LTA North is partnering up with Regal Cinemas to bring the finals to a big screen. Scan the QR code on your screen today to get your tickets and watch with a bunch of other LTA fans. Who knows? Maybe one of these teams can fight their way up there. It is a long journey from the lower bracket to make your way to the finals.
That is not enough.
Obviously still doable. And hopefully we get to see some more intense fights on the path there.
Uh-oh, Baron. Baron.
I will say I'm a little bit surprised to see a second Black Cleaver for Shopify. Contract grab that instead of Hysterics is a bit of a question mark to me. And Baron has been started, and they know about it.
Okay, let's see if Shopify can get in there and make this
nice. That was actually well played by Shopify. Uh-oh, this Jin ult's going to be kind of hurtful. Contracts is out. That's all right. They're so low. Fudge sees it. Fudge, can you kill anyone? Oh. Wait, Palafox, surely you clean up. Turn on River? Turn on River? The B-boy, why are you letting him go over the wall? When the fuck did Sniper get in that bush? I feel like we played this horribly. Fudge, no. Dude, I feel like we should have killed 3, and instead they killed 3. Oh, they killed 2. Man, it was 1 for 2. I feel like we could have won that fight, bro.
At the start of the fight, he didn't have his TP. That's why they forced the play, because they
B-boy did some crazy pathing, I won't lie.
With no TP, he's running up to try to actually join here. But 100 Thieves are just preempting the play. They go immediately in. They catch Thevis in Contracts. But Palafox and B-boy were in pretty good position here, so it allows the fight to continue.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing here is just watch Palafox.
Dude, look how low they are.
Because B-boy
Palafox,
is able to
yeah.
on the back half of this.
I don't know. It feels like everyone was on a different wavelength. Look at Sniper, bro. Look at Gwen.
Is so tanky at this point. He survives for so long, and then unfortunately isn't able to get onto Sniper.
And then
because
kills
Sniper
Seos. Oh my
Seos on the
god.
backside of this.
And how annoying is Nefiri? The dogs block the hook,
So
and then he's
annoying.
just hopping over every
Nefiri?
single wall.
Guys, just don't split up. Play together. Go
She
right.
sounds a bit like Ray. Someone in chat said it. I think she low-key sounds like Jaden Animations more.
Trying to call out
If
their
I had to, if you gun to my head, said
ended
she
up
sounds like
not
someone.
really being the right choice, and they probably could have killed Sniper guaranteed. You know, they could have maybe gotten some of those easier chase down kills, but I think they thought they were going to get both. As Fudge here, not with the ideal Meganar timing, as the dragon is there, he's going to have to wait for that to.
Guys that only watch OTV, I just don't think we've mentioned one person in
Let's see
OTV.
it. We've got a standoff here.
I just don't think we've mentioned one.
Drake, 100 Thieves at 2.
Real talk.
Shopify at 1.
I don't think we've
100
said a
Thieves at
single
2,000
person.
Gold lead, but the adaptive force from all of the flowers for Shopify essentially nullifies it. Seos, the most forward of the Shopify side. Fudge has no Narbar at all. He needs to charge this up a lot faster than it's currently going. As
Contracts,
Sniper has already used the
hit this.
Hallow Miss, and now Seos
Contracts,
ready
hit
to
this.
re-engage. Sniper is locked up here on the front line, going to buy a little bit more time.
Nice.
Of his own as River barely gets away. The Drake
We
is
got our
playing
Drake.
by contract.
We're happy.
Nobody's dead.
Oh, what was that?
Trying to go in, but they've only delivered themselves into doom, or have they? Fudge is ready to go to follow it up. As
Kill Sniper!
barely stays alive with a miss, trying to get back away. Palafox staying alive here once again with a nice use of the hourglass.
Save!
But now he's gonna get shot to pieces. The curtain call has opened wide. A triple kill back over to FBI as there's 3 dead on both sides.
FBI, open up! He gets
Where
a
was the
triple
Gnarl? He
there.
didn't eat
Fudge,
his
though,
Gnar biscuits
look
or
what he
whatever the
had,
fuck to
burned
charge it
up
up.
He got a big Mega Gnar on multiple people. Didn't actually get the ult off before he died. I'm not sure if he just got stunned or
No, this
something
is
by
insane.
Ayla
There's
as
no
he
way
went
they can
down.
do
He
this.
couldn't actually get
This
it
is a
off.
meme.
But that looked like that was
You
gonna be a
cannot do this.
massively winning fight when he jumped
There's
in on
no
multiple
way they
members
can do
there,
this.
But just couldn't make it happen, and now it's up to B-Boy here to try to stop FBI and River, who are low, and Seos is coming.
All right, Seos on the way. FBI and
staying
River,
on it.
they
Yeah.
do the Baron slowly, but they're not willing to back away here just
Dude,
yet.
guys!
B-Boy and
Sniper
Seos
almost
making their
up.
way forward. The Baron's down to 3,000. River and FBI are getting dangerous.
Get in
close to this
there!
Objective, and B-Boy and Seos
No, they're
are
gonna
not
get it. They
close
have
enough to
smite.
try to stop it. The Baron secured by 100 Thieves.
Dude, they can
Yeah, really
two-man
nice.
Baron?
Baron taken from 100 Thieves. I actually thought, to your point, Azale, the previous fight we were looking at was going to go so poorly for them. And I am curious to
Dude,
see
River is
how
good.
this Drake fight ends up happening.
River
'cause I
is
thought he
good
was
at
in
the
really good
game.
position. And again, I was about to start talking about how
Look how
at
much HP River
tanky
left this fight with, and then he
Shopify
soloed
lineup
Baron without
ends
going
up
back to
being.
base.
Look at how much damage and healing B-Boy is going to be able to
Look at that.
create from the back.
Look at that. He got
line
10
and then chase
HP.
them off objectives.
So right here, they do go in. Contracts is taken down. Now Fudge is about to make out right there.
Here.
Right? Where's the ulti?
The
He gets stunned.
The stun.
Yeah.
It was the
Yeah.
stun from
Oh
Unraveled
my
Earth.
Yep,
God,
gets
he
stunned from the
missed.
Unraveled Earth as he
Dude, that
goes forward,
ulti would have been
didn't
a
have the
3K
opportunity to be able to
easy.
get that off. At that moment, I was thinking they slammed.
Damn,
this fight.
that
It's gonna
would
be
have been
their
an
fight. It's gonna be
easy
their
3K,
Baron.
4K.
But he gets stunned by the Unraveled Earth.
And then they don't get Baron. Oh my God.
Kills and turn it around.
Copy.
The River reaction is
No
great.
words
man.
needed.
No, I love
Ooh.
River so much. He's so
Oh
funny.
my God!
Look at that damage.
8,400 damage, and that's not the game, by the way. That's one team fight.
That was exactly why there
Well,
were
yeah, I would
3
hope
kills
that's
for
not the
100
game, bro.
Thieves, and they were all
You're doing 8,000
FBI
damage in a
getting
game
done.
as a
And now he
Jin.
has
You're not really
multiple
doing much.
items, by the way. So now he's got the IE and the LDR already completed here. He is looking incredible.
Mumu clears that.
Well, B-Boy still doesn't have that IE.
Damn,
on
it's not
his
looking
build,
good.
and he's kinda
Yeah,
showing
no,
these, like,
this
mosquito
is horrible.
items, with
Yeah,
the
thank
shiv
you.
and the rapid
Thank you.
fire.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I do see the fucking Red Bull Baron power play.
I knew you were gonna say.
Shout out Red Bull.
Did
So sick, bro.
4 damage, the
About to lose
equivalent of
3K
2,000
off you.
times in that team fight.
Okay,
This
come on,
is the
brother.
ideal world.
Let's do some math.
Be a
Only
Are you
being down
sure
5K is not bad.
What?
It's going to be more than 5K.
Yeah.
After the Baron,
Well,
it's
'cause
going to
there's
be
4
like
on his screen. He's
6K.
got 4 kills total. The earlier one was just a down.
They're going to grab
It
tier
was-
2,
it
maybe
was the
tier 2 top.
prologue, and that was the overture.
Maybe
I
not.
don't know what overture actually means. I'm just trying to.
I don't know. It's
use
going to be a lot, bro.
as
They're kind of
Shopify-
the
It is
same.
bad. 5K is bad.
Shopify. Don't worry about it.
It's not
Don't
unwinnable.
worry about it. We've got a
I actually
5,000
think
gold
we
lead
hold
now
up
for
quite
100
nicely in
Thieves,
team
though,
fights.
And Shopify are starting to sweat a little bit, I would have to think.
Oh yeah, I think they've been sweating after that last fight. I think things are looking really, really bad. It looked like it was going to go their way. Then they lose the fight. Then they lose the Baron. It is so
The
tough
Baron
now.
play powered by Red Bull.
They
Yeah.
are in, and you look where the gold is. It is a massive lead.
Yeah, the
in
Baron's just a
jungle.
golden retriever who had
It's
one
going
Red
on a
Bull.
3,000 gold lead. 2.7K there for River. I do think his Nefiri is amazing, and FBI is so rich at this point.
And honestly, it's not been a great game for Contracts, right? The Xinjiao 0-6-4 has
Been a rough game.
In a lot, has not been able to do nearly as much as River has, and we know that historically,
I'm not a
Shopify,
Xin Zhao
and even
fan.
Previous instances of just these players playing together, like when you think
Xin Zhao? Xin Zhao?
everybody had that
Not a
that
fan.
beloved moment for with their Worlds run.
He's
The fact
amazing.
that
What?
they need Contracts to pop off.
Yeah, I know, and every time I say I'm not a fan, people say that shit.
That when he has a game where he's not effective,
What are we
that
doing?
much
Contracts
early
not
on,
again.
you end up with situations
Contracts
like
no.
this. Now he's getting jumped on again, but he does a nice
Fudge?
job.
There we go.
With a 2-minute
Good
back
engage?
into the wall as Shopify may have
Fudge,
found
what an
a fair
engage.
Ayla
No.
as FBI
Why do they
takes
always
the
live with
lead,
fucking
but he got the
2
range.
HP, man?
Palafox in a 1v2 up
And then
front.
we die. Oh, never mind.
Ayla's gonna get dropped.
Rise!
Scramble to look to take
Rise!
out the
Whoa.
line. B-Boy nearly gets one shot by the fourth shot as Sniper and Quid are in a 2v4. Contracts looks for win because
No,
lightning, but he won't be able to
Seos.
find it. 2 dead Thieves, 1 dead Rebel for how that fight started.
Not bad.
Thieves got off
I mean, not
easy.
bad.
I feel like we
2
might
for
be
1's
for
not
a
bad.
Long one based on these compositions.
That fight was
Because
tragic?
it
No, it
does
wasn't.
seem
No, it
like
wasn't. It could have been
every
more,
time,
but it wasn't
like,
tragic.
right,
That was a
100
good
Thieves
turn.
think they will be
River
able
jumped
to
on
win
Contracts. We walk
onto
away with 2. They walk away.
Contracts
Sorry,
here,
yeah. We walk away with 2 kills. They
end
walk
up
away with 1.
Isolating him, but he ends up getting out. And again,
Because
I can't
Fudge
stress
made this
enough
play. This
how
play was
much
nasty by
Senna
Fudge.
and Rise are going to be able to do in these fights.
That play was nasty by Fudge.
Finally gets a really nice
And it's pretty big
star,
because now we get
on the
Dragon.
back half of this, but I mean, it's just really tough
This 4-shot
to
damage.
see. Oof, there goes all of
Dude.
B-Boy's health. It is so tough to see a really clean team fight. All
Golden
coaches are
Glue.
going through it.
Golden Glue's really going through it there.
All right, we are at
That's
3
the
dragons,
real
by the way,
head-to-head
chat.
Here, that's the real matchup. Is Shopify
This is Soul.
Coach Cams
Next
versus
dragon is
Thieves
Soul.
Coach Cams. They're all
best.
They're only at
so
2. This is
dominated
kind
all
of
the time.
juicy.
It is fantastic, and this is something we want to talk about. You know, Fudge, was it a snub that he didn't actually make All-Pro? Impact did win 3rd team. Fudge
I
was my
voted
vote
Fudge
for
third.
3rd team. I think, you know, he really did have a very good split. But it's sometimes harder when you're on these
100
lower-ranked
Thieves
teams to actually get
outscales
that
hard.
recognition, to get that attention that it takes to get in onto All-Pro. The earlier weeks for him were a lot weaker, and I think that's something that is going to stick out in people's minds. But
Don't
he's
matter
been
if we get the
playing very
soul.
consistently for the squad, and has really been.
We start running around this map fast as all hell.
It's been a while, you know. Fudge had kind of.
I don't know the game enough,
You
so
know,
when
he's
people
playing
say
in this
outscale,
kind of
I just kind of go
role
okay,
where
because I
Forcing
don't
not
know the
playing on
game.
the roster anymore.
I don't know what
He's now
outscale's
back
what.
in the league and trying to build up his name for himself.
I think Gwen scales.
Both teams kind of posturing around the Baron area before it sets up. I think the key thing for me is actually also going to be this 4th
Cloud Soul.
Drake fight. Yeah, right? Because Shopify are on Soul Point.
I
Soul
haven't
for
seen
them
Talia
would be
do shit.
amazing.
So speaking of souls, I'm going to check in again because B-Boy's count is just
I
not
see
six.
that they have the
100
most
souls
assists
for
in the
Senna
game.
at 36
I just
minutes
haven't
into the
seen
game.
it. I haven't
It's
watched.
not
Uh-oh.
a ton as now Seos
Uh-oh.
might be caught out here. Nice solar flare lands, and that secures the kill on the support.
That secures the
right
Baron.
As Baron spawns. Now Shopify are staring down the barrel of a 4v5 against a 100 Thieves team that
With
really
Baron
wants the objective.
buff.
Quid's
Oh,
going for another
no.
big contracts. That could be a fatal mistake.
It is a
As
fatal
everybody on 100
mistake.
Thieves dives in, and with the jungler dead, there is no hope on Summoner's Rift for Shopify Rebellion to contest this Baron. That's going to the Thieves.
Yeah, the Thieves are going to grab another Baron, and with this already massive gold lead, it's going to be so difficult for Shopify to even have a realistic chance at the next Dragon now. That was
All right, they're gonna have like a 8K, 9K gold lead because they're clearly gonna all push top. There's no tier 2 top, so all fucking 5 of them are gonna start walking on top. They're gonna get tier 2. It's gonna be 700 gold.
Seos is going to end up getting caught out here.
And then the issue is you can't even get Drake.
Team, like B-Boy and Palafox are
You can't even get
already
Drake 'cause you have to
away,
match
and
top.
Contracts is also going to end up stepping forward. And I do like what 100 Thieves do.
And if you
here,
don't,
right?
then they're
Like,
gonna get in
playing
him.
Fog, they're making it really difficult.
And then the Dragon's
Contracts
open.
getting killed.
It's on the other side of the damned map.
The overlooked things, and sometimes in these situations, is the fact that their support got picked off. I don't think they had wards to drop over the wall there because Seos was dead. They couldn't actually see the Baron. That's why Contracts is rushing that play. That's why Contracts is moving
First stream
forward
no longer
so
just on
quickly and
YouTube.
gets caught, because he doesn't
Maybe
know
the
if they're just
s- maybe the
instantly burning the
70th.
Baron or not. Felt he had to get over there, gets caught, means the Baron does go down.
Okay, 7,000 gold lead.
You're not a 100 Thieves fan for Ray? Fuck no.
Down the tier 2 turret here in the top lane. That is
Respectfully, fuck Ray, fuck 100 Thieves.
The base of Shopify Rebellion, claimed by 100 Thieves. They've got the Baron for the next almost 2 minutes.
Shopify Rebellion, baby. I'm wearing the sweatshirt.
That one there in mid lane, down to about 1/3 health now as Fudge tries to move up, deal with these cannon minions, get those out of the way. The rest of the Rebels scrambling to try to find some sort of an opportunity here as Ayla and River just move through the enemy.
Does Ray play League? Bro, nowadays she only plays Flight Simulator. She's Mrs. Worldwide.
Solar Flare lands
Oh!
there onto B-Boy, but it's not going to do a whole lot more.
Ooh.
Front line as immediately Palafox and Contracts
Wait.
in with the Realm Warp. They want the
Wait.
FBI. They need a little bit more.
Hard target FBI. There we go. There we get Ayla.
It lands,
Oh, there we go.
Is shut down. 2 kills over to Shopify Rebellion thanks to the Realm.
Wait, can we keep it
Warp
going?
the AD carry.
Keep it going. Go to Quinn. Come.
More. Looking for Quid here.
Come.
Into the wall. Quid tries to flash.
Okay.
Doesn't get enough distance. Nice position.
Let's go drag. Let's go drag.
To make it a 3.
We got a soul in 40 seconds.
He's so big because there's no TP on Quid, and he's not going to be up for the dragon now.
Oh
But
my
could need a potential
God.
soul here for Shopify.
Wait, that was a huge fight.
Speed is so impactful. It's the highest
Mid-tier
win rate
2 or
solo
mid-tier
in
1, I
solo
should say.
queue. I think it is insane in pro, especially when you have a champion like Senna now.
Nice.
And finally, B-Boy is really starting to rack up a lot of these souls. You know, is up to 114.
Wait, they look good right now. I'm not going to lie. This 5K gold lead.
Yes, he didn't have the greatest pace for having
Almost
50
everybody's
souls,
full
but it
build
kinda
at this
doesn't
point,
matter
right?
when
It's a
you get this
40-minute
late in the
game.
you
These
get
are
a certain
pro
amount of
players.
range.
They farm
It's just so hard to
phenomenally.
interact
Like,
with the Senna.
the gold lead becomes irrelevant after a certain point.
On the clock, man. It's just
It doesn't
like,
matter
all
if you have
right,
5K
we're still in
extra
there.
gold if you can't
And
spend
know
it.
what? Shopify
We're not there yet, but we're
will
close.
happily collect that Cloud Soul for themselves.
It's also 2K on Leona.
Still
True.
in it for either
Wait,
one of these
true.
teams being able to win this game.
Wait.
It's, you know, that 50
Now we have Cloud
mark
Soul.
for
Yeah.
4
That's
games in a row.
Cloud Soul
It's
is
even
huge.
A bit more realistic as the clock marches forward, but it is still an advantage here.
The issue is we are getting mogged into the tower world.
I'm gonna take that back
Because they have
I
a.
think it's actually in stats, like actual real
They have
power.
tier
Shopify's
3
at
top
Souls
and
are
mid.
on average like 4,000 gold.
I think they've
Flowers
taken
are
both,
way more
yeah?
than 1,000 with the amount that they've collected. Yeah, I'm with you.
I think they're actually definitely in a winning spot now. The question is, can they actually execute on it
Dude.
and close it out? Because Shopify has been in great spots.
How did they get in there? Was that a Rise ult? That was a Rise ult, right?
By
By
the back line. Palafox goes in, gets
Palafox?
down, gets some damage out, uses the stasis to stay alive, and buys time for everyone to pile in. We're back to live.
No.
Done. Fudge trying to get away here as
No,
Sniper jumps in,
you're
but
dead
now
as
he's got a
fuck,
bit of a problem on the
Seos.
front line as
Wait.
Seos takes advantage. FBI in the
Yes.
contract as he goes into the back line looking for the carry. Seos is down to Quid, but now you got a problem as FBI has already lost his Guardian Angel.
What the fuck is happening?
A lot more damage on the Sniper looking to take him low, but he ain't gonna die just yet because he's going Golden Fudge with a nice wallop.
What the hell is
But
happening?
it's River and Ayla making the fight happen. Fudge and B-Boy cannot scramble enough. The dog is barking. And
No!
on Shopify Rebellion, River's the hero of the day.
Can
And
they end?
100 Thieves is going to the base.
There's 40 seconds. It's just 2 of them, but can they actually
my
end? We'll see how
gosh.
much they're going to go for. At the very least, they're going to get double inhib. The question is, do they think they can try to go for the end?
Bro,
They're not actually
what
taking the game,
was
so I think they're
any
just
of
gonna go
that?
double inhib. They're not going to likely
B-Boy
try to end
trolled
this,
that fight.
but
I'm
that
not
is
gonna
still a
lie.
massive fight. They kill
I've
B-Boy,
played
they get his GA, they
maybe
kill him
1,000 games of
again.
League.
From a position
What
here
was
where we're
any
just
of
talking
that?
about Shopify being
Fuck
in
all
control.
League players who go over to Valorant and being like, dude, what is this game? Ults everywhere. Everybody was resurrecting, turning fucking gold, ults popping out, people popping up, and then people popping out and dying. I don't know what half time they're damn dying, man.
Look at this.
That was crazy.
And Ayla's the second highest individual gold lead as
Yeah,
well.
this
Even though it was-
is their gold lead.
Even though it was just River and Ayla alive at the end, that's a 7,000 gold lead in support and jungle put together. River really salvaging that fight. Both AD carries having
Watch the
Guardian
kill feed.
Angels,
I mean, I know when
losing
people
those
are
Guardian
dead.
Angels
I just
and
don't
resin
understand
down.
why.
Let's
Like,
look
there's a
at
lot in
this
between that's
Yeah, this
confusing.
fight was crazy. I mean, it starts with the Sex Flash over the wall. They're all
Rise!
looking for Fudge, but he flashes
Rise!
out as snipers going forward. And then I love this use of the Realm Warp from Palafox and Fudge. He gets him in, catches multiple members there. Quid gets stunned up. Quid
God, it
is
looked
in
so good at
such
the
a difficult
start.
position here that you're thinking,
But
surely
everybody
B-Boy
had
is just gonna
fucking
clean up
Guardian
this
Angel.
fight, but then B-Boy,
Is
I
GA
feel
just like a
Jungle
must
Company
buy?
runs
I've never bought it
straight into
before.
melee range of Sniper trying to hit the back line. Sniper comes out of the stasis, gets so much damage down onto him that as he comes out of the GA, he's just finished off again. And B-Boy really compromised his positioning to try to get that last auto onto FBI. He just needed to play it slow.
Can you guys hunt?
I think we can.
Yeah, you guys can hunt. Nice, guys.
28.
You guys.
All right.
You
maybe
guys
you
can
No,
have
they
it.
get another
Yeah.
Baron.
Also, you can see the frustration on Revan's face there from that
Don't read those
situation
lips.
that they were in.
Oh,
probably not
man.
from
No,
the
this is
effort.
cooked.
Family-friendly show here most of the time.
This is
As,
cooked.
We do have a Baron.
They're
cornered
not
without
bad
any
enough of a
sort
team to lose a
resistance from
game where they
Shopify.
have
It's 100 Thieves owning those
super
purple
minions
collars
top,
here yet
super
again.
minions mid,
And we'll see
Baron
what they
buff
can do
that's
with
going
this
to
push
last
because, hey,
during the
Dragon,
Elder Dragon
it's,
spawn.
It's not around for quite a while here, so we're still going to have to see.
The Elder
exactly how
Dragon's
this
just going to
plays out.
seal it, bro.
Wow.
As it is FBI topping the charts, but look how much is there from River. That is
Yeah.
actually really impressive. River is actually out-damaging all 4 soul laners in this game.
All right,
and we'll
100
see.
Thieves. They're looking like they might potentially want their victory push here. They've already got these 2 inhibitors down. Bottom lane tier 3 turret does not have minions.
Fudge trying to
close
make a
by,
play.
so 100 Thieves, they can only find 2 points of pressure right now. Sniper is
It's not
currently that
easy?
split
Nah, it's
threat
not
that
even
we
a
were
little bit
talking about
easy.
all the way back in draft, but he could be in not a great spot right now. Hallowed Mist is going to guarantee that Palafox can't put him in the room.
The good news is that they didn't push the bot wave. I feel like that's what they should have done, is they should have had one person bring up this bot wave, so that way they could
Well, now
get
they're
tier
sending
3.
Quid, yeah, down to catch that bot wave because they don't have any.
Bit of a
minions
mistake, to be
trying
honest.
take,
Quid going now.
that
Yeah, just a bit
bot
late though, right?
Inhib turret, and we'll see if 100
'Cause now
Thieves
they-
are actually able to close this out. Because
I guess
time
no, they'll
feel
get there in
they're
time.
a good position. I'm like, okay, surely 100 Thieves win from here. Shopify end up winning the fight. Every time Shopify are in a good position, especially with this composition,
This is the
100
same
Thieves end up
exact
getting a pick
Talia
onto
ult
them, but I
premiered.
think 100 Thieves should be in control of their own destiny.
Oh!
Oh, immediately Quid gets jumped on. Palafox finds a ton of damage, but the stasis is going to protect
Contracts?
Quid long enough for him to flash back
Oh.
over the wall and somehow stay alive. Shopify still scrambling to find a little bit more
Yes,
damage as Contracts
yes.
finishes off the mid
Get
lane.
out, Contracts.
But what about the rest of the fight?
Turn on River, everybody.
Keep himself alive
Turn on
back
River.
to the base now as River continues the chase. Palafox
Oh,
gets
Seos,
it
you
with
hero.
Nexus just in time for Seos to block the shot, and then Realm warps them both away to safety. No kills there for FBI's curtain call. It's
So-
just the pick on the Quid to slam the
It'll be a
brakes on
5v4
100
fight, but they can't really go Elder, can they? Can they really go Elder with this top wave? I mean, maybe they can push. Do they have TP? We got TP up. Yeah, we got TP up.
Effectively and be able to play out the fights in a normal way. You know, B-Boy really should have won that previous fight, but he mispositioned. He made a mistake. But if he
Elder up
plays
in
well,
15.
positions well, I think almost
Elder Dragon
regardless of
takes
what
like
happens with
the
items and
so
gold
long
from
to
here, it
kill.
kinda just doesn't matter
But
because you're getting
I've
to this
just
point
I
where you're in
don't know. Maybe
1v9
it's happened. I
territory
just
at
can't
100
imagine
stacks.
pro players. Okay, okay. That's huge, man.
That is FBI.
What a flash hook.
Player on 100 Thieves.
That's
Reduced to
huge.
a pile of bones
Wait, that could be a
and blood.
game-winning
Shopify
pickup.
Rebellion.
I think
The
blue
Elder
team's gonna
Dragon
give up
spawning
Elder, maybe push to
alongside River.
end.
A pile
I
of
think they're gonna
bones
push
and
to
blood,
end.
And now they're gonna try to make the dragon a pile of bones and blood. As this Elder Drake plus Cloud
This is scary,
like,
bro.
Nothing should beat this composition at this point.
Oh, this is
Elder
scary.
isn't here.
This is a 4v4. This is a 4v4. Where's Rise? Rise TPing in. Okay, kill on Gwen. No way! No way! There's no way! Oh my God! What were we down? 7K gold? Oh my God! That's crazy! That's crazy! Wow, that's crazy!
I mean, now you're walking up,
Yeah.
down here with an Elder and 156
I
stacks
mean,
on the Senate.
can't you
Senate
just
is gonna be
5 push
just
down mid and
killing
win?
you for like 40, 50% of your
Low key,
HP.
inhibs are up.
It is going to be insanely hard to actually defend the base.
All right,
You got a
Shopify
5v3 right now.
Coming down to join everybody else now. Remember that Rise also with a Realm Warp. You can use this
5v3
to
and they
end the game in a
don't-
position that otherwise it might
I
not
think
seem
we
like
win
you
this in
can.
20
But keep an eye
10
on
seconds.
how he uses that, if he uses
This
that.
is tough. I think
Shopify
you need to
still with
pick.
push.
You need to pick
It's 5
now.
seconds
You need to
until
pick
Ayla
before
and
they have their
Sniper are
5
alive
up.
again. Fudge has just transformed back from Mega, but Shopify want to keep the pressure on.
Oh, this is scary. This is so scary. It should be unlosable. It should be so unlosable.
It's about to march down mid.
All they need to do is just play around B-Boy. Just block for B-Boy, allow him to step forward and auto them, make sure they can't get engages onto him.
All right.
They could back up for Baron. Nah, fucking end it, baby. Fucking end it.
Take it down with the last auto attack, so now only one left. Solar connection to Thevis, but it's not a good enough target when the enemy team has Elder. Fudge goes in for the Mega Gnar, but it's not very mega at all. Meanwhile, Sniper destroys.
All right, GG. GG.
Shopify Rebellion's killing everybody. It's River.
I want River dead. I want River dead. I want FBI on the wall.
The Elder is the final execution of Shopify Rebellion.
Let's go!
Shopify Rebellion draw.
We spent 45 minutes losing a game and we still win.
Both teams gonna be coming out of that.
That was
like they should've been the ones to
sick.
win, but only Shopify.
That
walked
was
away with the
sick. Oh my God.
What a battle.
What a play, bro. How do we win that game?
LTA Lounge to break that one down.
On God, it was a bit of a fudge diff. It was Fudge went crazy in that. I think the first turnaround was that Fudge fight in our top jungle.
Never worried for a moment. What a banger, though. Oh my goodness.
That was the first fight that really started to shift things.
Guaranteed win for Shopify.
Yeah, we have
And then that Seos flash hook sealed it for sure.
They see us now? This is not a fight, it's just an one shot. Yeah, one shot and I will ult.
Also, the macro play to go for Atacon while they were going for Dragon was smart. And to be honest, 100 Thieves made a lot of mistakes. Like, if they had just stayed on Dragon here, we wouldn't have gotten Soul. Like, they got off Dragon, and then they also didn't contest Atacon.
So yeah, we're gonna watch some of the late game.
Typical trade? Yeah, but it wasn't a typical trade is what I'm saying, because they got the Atacon and we got the Dragon. 100 Thieves should have gotten the Dragon.
Ayla finds a really good angle on Fudge, and Quid tried to follow up, but he kind of failed to CC chain. And now Quid is in a bad spot.
Dude, low-key Talia was kind of not doing much.
Looks like SR is gonna wipe them in team fights now that Rise
no
and
shade.
Fudge is in a really good spot.
I think their LVP was their Talia. Our LVP might have been our jungler.
Like I said, this was the theme of the game. We didn't know who was gonna win until the end of the team fight, because in the end,
their MVP was easily River.
Kind of gets caught by River.
I think River was kind of nasty.
So 100 Thieves end up winning this team fight, but this game was just so many team fights, so many back and forth, and I thought that's why it was such a great
our
game
MVP.
Yeah,
I mean, Seos had the best play, but I think you have to give it to Fudge.
To these team fights, because before the day we were saying.
Yeah, eat that fucking watermelon, Palafox.
Team fights, it was probably 100 Thieves that was going to be able to come out on top, but Shopify.
And it was
his Nefari's like your Mumu. That's what I was thinking.
Fight, and then River on like 100 HP that goes over, and they do Baron. 2 people do Baron. The Senna's like.
Yeah, I think Fudge was crazy, bro.
Look at this damage. Look at this damage.
Oh my God.
49,000 from Jin.
They're almost
49,000 from Senna.
That's crazy.
More. Maybe that
actually, you know what? I didn't realize just how much damage Rise did.
More than any of
the Palafox kind of went crazy. Palafox's Rise kind of went crazy.
In the last team fight. That's just crazy. I want to see damage taken as well. Contracto. Healing as well. Senna healed 16,000 throughout the game. Look at this gold graph just bouncing up and down the entire time.
Dude, look at that gold. It's not even bouncing, bro. We are looking at a blue wave. We're looking at a nighttime shot of Chicago's skyline.
Such a cool game to watch. Where do they go?
And then just a little hint of red at the bottom.
Gathering Storm is a perfect start. Like, I mean, it's a real thing because you kind of understand that this series is gonna go long. You know, like that's the feeling that.
Damn, he's outside fucking introspective and whatnot.
Go Gathering Storm, everyone go full scaling, and let's team fight it out, you know?
Honestly,
and by the way, it's a fearless draft, which means you can't pick the same characters or ban the same characters again, I think. Or no, you can't pick the same characters, but you can't ban them, right?
Back and forth on all these fights.
Yeah, we'll be covering Game 2 draft right here in the lounge, but as we head to break, we're
you can't, so yeah. So they can't play Nefaria again. It's kind of cool because it means you watch way more variety than instead of the same matchup 5 times.
I'm on now. Rise here. Yeah. Nice one. Let you push too.
Okay. Look, Rise. Don't stack for Mega.
He's dead.
Nice one. He's dead. We win.
Play for Drake, okay? Yeah. Yep. Good job.
Cook him, bro.
On the right side, it's kind of like the island of misfit toys.
Wacky
right?
bonanza.
Like, yeah, exactly. You got Yorick, you got Yannick the Ghost Man up in the top lane. Yeah. You got Drundle. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I do think that York is an absolutely fine matchup into the Renekton. That being said,
dude, you know what's more annoying than being that dumb in front of this many people? It's that after I'm dumb, somebody says some shit like red chat. Like red chat for what? E-Bilm? You think I looked over and I saw E-Bilm and I thought, okay.
Even easier, but you can ult when he has that passive up. And
let me throw down E-Bilm.
Exactly. For anybody that hasn't seen this matchup in a long time, that's the whole focus of it. If you have Arctic Armor and Aftershock and they both get sapped by the subjugate, then all of a sudden you're negative resistance.
Lock in. It's game 2. We won game 1.
Doesn't look like we'll get anything crazy here at level 1 this game. So
it's a best of 5, so if we win this, it's not over yet. But we'd love to win the second one. Let's take a look at our team comps here. We got Fudge with the Yorick contracts, with the Trundle jungle, Annie mid, Lucian, Milio bot. I think Milio is one of the most popular supports right now. 100 Thieves. We got Renekton top. Is that Rel or is that Sejuani? That's Sejuani, right?
We definitely could have contested and snowballed.
It's Renekton.
And also I think the other big one.
Sejuani.
Got caught late game, and we didn't really have a late game team.
Pantheon.
Just making sure we're thinking one more time.
And then that's the couple, right? Zaya and Rakan. That's the couple.
That makes sense to me. Looking at the composition from Shopify Rebellion, you got a Trundle.
Sorry, Azir. Azir's the tower guy. That's it.
Overall? I mean,
wait, Palafox with an early lead.
We got Azir, Zaya, Rakan, and then we got Sejuani as like control jungle. I mean, I think they have to kind of make something with the Annie pick into Azir. So
I don't know. I kind of like our team, man. I guess I don't like Annie. Annie does not do much for me. I won't lie.
I'm gonna send this one straight back to the casters.
Actually, I also really like Sejuani. Hold up, we got our first gank of the day. He just uses Q. He has no Q.
Looking to take a chomp out of him, saving Pillar until the flash from the 100.
Nice.
But he's not even going to use it. He knows this one's already done for. Shopify Rebellion are on the board.
All right. Let's go. Why did they pick red side again? I don't know. I don't know how sides work in League, to be honest.
Really nice
TP coming out. We're shoving the wave in.
Being able to do that top side 3 camp.
Thoughts on the matchup next week? 100 Thieves, G Snipes. I love G Snipes. That'll be fun. You got a message for Sniper? I'm gonna beat your ass, boy. Come over here, G Snipes. You little TikTok ass. Who's the TikTok? Is there a TikToker on 100 Thieves?
Am I allowed to swear?
Oh, sure.
I'm gonna beat your ass, boy.
I'm not gonna fine you.
Yeah. I might get fined. I don't know.
Do you get fined for saying beat your ass?
So it's fine.
Get one. We'll put together the GoFundMe for you. Don't worry. It'll be fine.
Do I get fined? I don't get fined, right? I've been saying horrible shit.
But yeah, really, really nice.
Do I get fined?
Of contracts as we
Do I get fined as a team owner? No way, right?
For a gank in the mid lane, but he is just gonna go.
Zoomer on Zoomer violence? Nah, it's different. Australians are a different breed of Zoomer. Australians hold the same apathy towards American Zoomers that American millennials hold towards American Zoomers.
Also a pretty powerful duo, literally designed to be played together. But Lucian and Emilio, you pick these two because you want to abuse the range on the Emilio. You want to utilize Lucian's early power and really take control and priority over the bottom lane.
Absolutely, and anytime
Azir's been meta for 10 years, but this year after Chovy wins World, Azor will get a world skin. Copium.
You can interrupt that. It's the same thing with Slice and Dice from the Renekton, with the Arctic Assault from the Sejuani. There's so many good targets for that Melio.
That's just an Azir player who really wants a world skin.
Isaac, I'd like to
he already has one from Easy Hoon.
I know Melio's Q name.
He has one apparently.
But it is it's quite a name for sure, as we'll see.
Doesn't Mumu have a world skin, guys?
In that bot lane matchup. Last game, yes, B-Boy did end up getting to the point of just Senna is inevitable. However, I think that FBI had a much better
okay, just say no.
On his
in the future, when I ask a question, just say no. Not fuck no. Not hell no. Just no is fine. Is 30 a Zoomer? I'm asking for a friend. I think the oldest Zoomer right now should be 28, maybe 29.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see both of these bot lanes coming up into the top lane. I think this is a really big test for B-Boy, like you were saying. And it's also going to depend on where they send him, right? Because Shopify theoretically have
Zoomer is 20 and down.
With the Lucian pushing
yeah, I don't know what happened to you, man, but you have been in a coma for 10 years. They grew up.
That contract
Zoomer generation is like 1990, depending on your line. Some say 7, some say 6. But generally 90, like mid-90s to 2010.
Turret shot would have killed him, but it would have put him in enough threat range for a flash auto from Quid to finish the job.
Exactly. I think Quid would have committed to it and got that kill eventually, even if the tower shot didn't.
Google says 97. I would argue that on hindsight, we set hard and fast lines for generations.
Doesn't really have to be worried. He's kind of just
something like 97. But it doesn't mean that you can't be born in 1997 and be a millennial, or be born in 1996 and be a Zoomer. Because I think the generational gap often depends on who you were raised with. So hear me. If you are the oldest sibling and you were born in 1995 and you have 4 younger siblings who are all born between the years of 97 and 2005, you're probably more Zoomer than you are millennial, because you were raised with a family of only Zoomers. If you are the youngest and you're born in 98 and you have 4 older siblings born in the early 90s, you might be a millennial, even though you're born in 98. That's what I think.
It feels counterintuitive, but if you know it is just a hard losing fight where you're going to have to back off anyway, you don't want to use the E, let the maiden retreat with you, base, and then the maiden will stay alive and live to fight another day.
Yep, and so we'll see now. They're both going to be going back on the bot side. I am curious to see about this initial grub setup and just objective.
I'm 2001 and my cousins are all 7 years older. I don't think I'm a Zoomer. You're a Zoomer. I'm sorry. I know what I just said contradicts this. You are too far outside the zone. Brother, you're 2000. If you are born after 9/11, do not come in here and somehow try to convince me you're a millennial. It just doesn't.
Those objectives taken by
there's a hard line if you're a postie.
To scale up, especially in a game that was so back and forth with fights.
All right, B-Boy and Sayo still
one core fact of all millennials is that you have to say, where were you on 9/11? And then they say some shit like, oh, I was in Mrs. Neighbor's 3rd grade English class and they wheeled out a TV.
But Shopify Rebellion are not willing to let it go. Remember,
and if you don't have that story, you're just not one.
Specifically ready to counter River. The teleport is available for Sniper, but not for.
What about 2000? You were 1, man. You were 1 year old. You can't. You're a Zoomer.
Cannot follow. But the first grub has already gone the way of the Rebels. Second grub going to do the same. As they're trying to, you can see them just scrambling a little bit further, slowly inching.
What if you're not American? I think the generational thing is for Americans, no? I mean, not to say that there aren't generations outside of America, but I think this is like, I think Gen Z.
Ended up getting punished. They ended up having some troubles here. They're going to get.
It's worldwide, is it?
Be able to get away. Pretty happy about that. You have to think. I'm a little bit surprised that they weren't willing.
Nah, I think it's America, bro.
Sniper and try to punish there, but I guess they were just worried about how much.
I'm 95% sure it's America, and you guys are actually wrong.
They want to keep Sniper in a winning position in his 1v1, and I think that's reasonable as well.
Gen Z's not an American concept.
Do anything if he's not winning
okay,
lanes, so
from my understanding, we started tracking generations and shit like that in like the 1900s.
Coming out from River, but it's not enough to immediately get the kill. Palafox still tries to
okay, that's what I understand. And it started, or at least one of the early generation was the baby boomers, which was a specifically American World War II, post-World War II boom of producing children. This is like an American thing, no?
It should be really interesting because it was Shopify that did end up getting those 3 grubs, right? So it's going to be them with the might, and combined with the split pushing power of Yorick, they do have the potential for a really, really threatening split push.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying World War II did not happen for other countries. I'm saying specifically the birth rate increase after World War II.
For himself to make sure that he's always in that winning position against Fudge.
Because then there's the silent generation. I don't think this was the silent generation global. Are the French people considering themselves parts of the silent generation?
Wanting to have this all-pro mid laner be in a position where he can control the game.
Absolutely, and it's.
I feel like this is wrong, bro. I feel like somebody in India born during the silent generation wouldn't be like, yeah, that was the silent generation for me.
Is already ahead. He is just in a really good position.
Because there's just different shit happening around the world.
Arnold Drake goes over to Shopify, and honestly, it's a pretty similar situation to what we saw in game number 1.
What are you saying? Like, okay.
Slow first Drake,
Japan
but it's Shopify
in the
Rebellion,
90s crashed.
in their entirety early on.
The name they have for that generation is different than the one we have in America for Gen X.
I don't love Bramble Vest against Renekton because you're mostly just healing with that Q and you're not actually always applying that auto first. But that being said, it is going to be a lot of gold that is not doing anything against this Azir. So I think that's why they're kind of sending Quid.
I think we are becoming. Oh, okay. The flash stun. That was kind of nasty.
Palafox forces the flash out of the Annie again. Palafox thought he was safe enough, stunning the Crocodile and stepping away. But Sniper with a full commit guarantees that not only does Palafox once again.
It's Western, not American. I don't think I'm that crazy here. I'm pretty sure this was all written by a bunch of Americans, and then it was co-opted by the rest of the world later on. And now is more of a global thing. But I think this all started as just an American thing.
Ooh, immediately hits the ulti. Seos could be in a little bit of danger
We
here,
are
but B-Boy's also going to be a target. Nice use of the breath of life there from Seos, though, to put B-Boy in a spot to fire back. Ayla down to 100.
He's actually right, though. I know. I'm standing on fucking business about it, too.
Nice little bit of a stun.
Let's go!
At the very end to maybe go for a stun on B-Boy, but it ain't going to matter. B-Boy and Seos outplay in the 2v3.
And there we see the power of the Milio pick as well, right? We were talking about how important that was in draft, how surprised we kind of were that 100 Thieves didn't end up banning it on that 4-5. And that is the Milio's presence there.
All contracts?
B-Boy to play so aggressively. Now,
You win this 1v1.
Get a lot of damage done onto River.
Steal this red.
Yeah, that's exactly
Sniper?
what you want to see.
Oh, get out of here.
When he goes in like this, that's not quite what you want to see. Have to spend the flash to get back out, but at least he takes the red
It
away
is
from
not
contracts,
worth.
and you can
I
see
am
how bad
95%
that
sure it's
1v1
not
is
worth
when
stealing
you
a
get
red for your
subjugated.
flash.
You have the Arctic armor up and it gets sapped away. But right now, let's take another look at what happened back in mid with the attempted play from 100 Thieves.
Yeah, as we see River
It's worth it if he types worth it in all chat. Yeah, I guess I didn't consider that. It's crazy looking at this and thinking that we win this.
Charmed, he's able to turn it around, and you really, really see the power of the Milio on top of
The Ayla going in at the last second was a throw.
Allows for B-Boy to feel so comfortable in going
And they pop
forward,
barrier. I guess we did too.
to get that kill on to Ayla.
Oh, but now we already got another fight. Seos in danger. No way to get away from this one. 100 Thieves get their play this time around. They'll secure
2
the
for
kill
2, but we have all objectives. We have a dragon. We have 3 void grubs. One problem.
Setup, but of course, you know Seos has no summoners there. You know the B-Boy has no summoners.
Next kill gets
feats.
feats.
To try to punish in that
Does feats
situation.
only matter at top level because it allows you to spend more gold than you otherwise would?
This game is a lot scrappier.
Is feats ultimately just worth
It feels a lot
2,500
scrappier than
gold?
The last one, right? Like where we're fighting in lanes, both junglers are really, really trying to get involved early on. And here we see. We were talking a lot about these top laners.
It's kind of useless. I mean, I imagine it's useful because if everybody's at full build, the team with feats has a better full build.
Where Fudge was kind of really struggling and Sniper was taking off. Now we'll hot swap.
Now it's only a 2,500 gold advantage,
later weeks in the split,
but that's still
where
kind of
Fudge
valuable,
really
no?
started having some great performances, even in Shopify's losses. It felt like he was.
They shouldn't be
always
going full
doing
build. I guess that's true.
Absolutely, and let's be honest, it's like the stats aren't going to look as crazy because you're on a team that loses a lot.
Dude,
of games,
Sniper looks
right?
like he's
So,
18 years
there's a lot
old.
of games where I thought he was really standing out, really doing his role well. His Malphite game was great. He had some losing Gnar games that were great, but they are potentially looking.
He
for a
is?
dive.
Oh.
Palafox absolutely has been the target many times so far this game. And River is here and waiting to see if there's going to be an opportunity.
Why did you lie 3 times in your title? Best league player of all time. Okay, that's one. Watches his team. That's a fact. Win the championship. So let me guess. You think the second lie is that it's a championship, which is true. It's not. And the third lie is that we're going to win. Oh, I see, you son of a bitch. You think we're going to lose this, huh?
But nope, never mind.
All right. Keep your eyes on your own fucking paper here.
Is a lot.
It is a lot. I mean, I think he's just saying, I'm going to stay up here for Herald and just kind of be around here anyway. So he's not going to base. He's just going to wait, see if there's any opportunity. And
You're not watching, you're debating generations and rage baiting. I'm not rage baiting. I'm right on this shit.
Palafox, he is waiting, but they desperately want to get this pick before Herald, I think.
before Herald, and Palafox's flash is almost back up.
People are out here trying to tell me a global committee has come up with the generations. And not some fucking dude who smoked hella cigarettes because his doctor told him to in the 1950s. What are you doing, Sayo?
But he's already low on HP. B-Boy wants to try to turn it around and go for the damage onto FBI. Instead, he needs a little bit more.
Hey, let's focus. Yes. Let's get Sniper. Yes.
Claimed by Fudge. Sniper on the run with only 200 HP left, and Shopify Rebellion are going to find a stun onto the Fantasy or the Ultra Mega Fire.
It's all right. It's all right. That's we get their jungler and Rift. We get their jungler and Rift Herald. We can use this to get Dragon probably. Wait, we're getting all the objectives. We're actually getting all the objectives, bro. OKC versus Pacers, who you got? I think this is a hot take, but I think the Pacers win. I actually think OKC falters. I think everyone thinks OKC is going to win in 4. I think that's the idea. I think OKC loses.
Absolutely was. And this initial pick, it looks like it's a pretty good angle, but there's no damage to follow up. It's just the support in the jungler, right?
I know. This is a controversial take. I'm not telling you that this is like the common thought.
So it would have been a great look if they actually had people in position. But as you commit everything to support, B-Boy pushes FBI out. Then Palafox and Fudge arrive here. Palafox has a great stun, and Fudge is just running them.
Put money on it? I might.
Emilio lives. It's going to be a bad fight.
No ball knowledge.
Really nicely done.
What guy who looks at the line and then picks the favorite from the Vegas odds? What are you talking about?
Let's go.
To be clear, all right, this is my track record this playoffs. Let me tell you my track record. I put 4K on one game, I won. I called the exact score of the game last night. I was right.
I mean, that's
let me say that again. Before the game started, I not only said who was going to win, I said by how many points I was right.
And they should be able to finish it up. I mean, Trundle and Yorick are two of the fastest turret killers in the game.
Okay, that's my track record.
Trundle, Yorick, and another game where you got all
that's where I'm at.
It's feeling great for building these gold advantages through these side lane pushes. And the gold advantage for Shopify is just about 2,000. Will be reduced down to about 1K after Quid claims that turret there in the top side. Meanwhile, Contract's in a fight in the enemy jungle. He's got Palafox and Seos right beside him, but he's got Sniper coming
Damn! Up and we're taking your red again.
Ayla goes back in for the counter engage. The calling from B-Boy flies out as Ayla jumps over the wall with a grand exit. Somehow, nobody from either side.
Pacers and how many?
Thieves way closer to the grave.
Yeah, they absolutely are, but there's so much gold being concentrated
7.
on the Quid. So yes, there is this gold advantage for Shopify.
Straight up.
Gold lead, but look at the gold lead in mid lane. You know, not only does he have a big CS advantage, not only are they putting all that pressure, yeah, you traded tier 2s, but
absolutely 7.
All to the Azir, and the other was.
And here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen right now. And you guys are gonna see this happen. You can clip this right now. Here's what's gonna happen. Okay, I'm gonna mute up for a second. Here's what's gonna happen over the next 2 weeks. People are gonna be saying OKC in 4. Okay, Pacers are gonna win a game. They're gonna go, all right, it's a misstep. OKC in 5, whatever. Then they're going to lose 2. They go OKC in 6. And then finally, when it's game 7, that one is harder to predict. I know it's going game 7. I'll tell you that right now. And I think the Pacers win it.
It's going to be key to see where they set Quid up in a lot of these fights and how they'll be able to make the most of him.
It's also interesting because Contracts, you know, he's not going kind of like a more middle.
They have too much defense. Can't guard Siakam.
So he is
that's the MVP right there.
More aggressive build here on the Trundle. And he is going to be powerful. If you ignore this guy, he's going to be able to do some real damage to your carries if he gets up on them. And like I said, if he shows up in an opportunity, you know, if Fudge and Contracts ever kill someone off in a side lane, they can just take your base. Like, they are going to crush the towers so incredibly fast. So Contracts has an opportunity here to really put on some pressure, looking like he's going dead man second, and he'll have the opportunity to try to carry himself as well.
And just as you're saying that,
we'll see.
Is gonna be able to take down this tier 1 topside turret really easily. Nothing Sniper can do about that.
Yeah, pretty tough to try to deal with the Yorick, who's got that much split push power. Grubs, Demolish, Trinity Force proc. It just deletes the thing. Otacon is about to spawn.
I'm getting rage baited out of my mind.
River this game, so not the ability to call.
I would bet so much money Chet watches Lud. You think Chet's in chat? Chet, no disrespect, by the way, man.
You can stop them if they were going for some sort of a dash ability that would be slightly.
No disrespect. I know you like tuning in to LTA North American Losers Round 1 matches.
grand entrance. Was
So I'm
ready
sorry
for
because
that
I know
here
you're
on the
here
Lucian.
for the
Honestly,
league,
has had a very
and I'm
solid
giving
performance
you
on
the
championship
disrespect at your own
He really
profession,
has,
so
and
I
he needs to
apologize
play
about that.
aggressively like that because you have Melio behind
I can
you
only
who
call it
all
how I
has on the
sees it,
kills,
though.
right? You have double cleanse here from your support. So if you get hit by CC, it's going to be okay. You need to be in their face. You need to be playing aggressively, and he's done that so far. He already has the
I'll give you another
rapid
call
fire.
right
He's
now.
working towards that IE,
Yankees
and that's where things
Dodgers.
are gonna
The
get
Yankees win
really
today.
problematic. You look over at the other side, FBI is the entire rapid fire behind right now because he invested into the boost.
I've started to
and he's
see
just
how
sitting
shit
on the same
works.
BF as his opponent.
And Shopify are going to start up this Otacon.
Otacon started up. Last time around, 100 Thieves weren't close to it. They were across the map dealing with the Dragon since the Otacon was topside.
They just
This
won
time around,
18-2.
same story can't be told. Keep your eyes on
Yeah, that's
Quid
just
for 100
baseball,
Thieves.
bro.
That's the man to watch. Teleport's coming in from both sides. Palafox in the brush, but he's going to be found out by Quid before he can get the angle that he's looking for.
Can we go Atacon? Hard focus Atacon. Hard focus Atacon.
Dice back away. Tibbers about to fall, but barely snaps right back.
No,
to
this is
reality
scary.
As Sniper wants to flash forward, but he gets locked up as he tries to do it. The Otacon's down to 2,000
Yes!
HP. It's going to be
Get out!
by contract.
Stay in. Never mind.
Ayla dies in supportal combat, and 100 Thieves is looking to fall back to the safety of the
Oh my God. Oh my God. B-Boy, what are we doing? B-Boy, who are we killing? B-Boy, who are we killing? Let's go! Wait, we're winning this game, bro. We are winning this game. We are fucking 100 Thieves, bro.
Better feeling than being Lucian and having Emilio. As we
I
already
told
pointed
you
out,
guys
B-Boy
Milio
is
was
able to
nasty.
play
Nobody gave me
so
respect. I told you guys Milio's fucking
aggressively
nasty.
onto
Everyone goes,
this, and
Milio's not
this
meta.
fight setup with
Milio's
Yorick
back.
and the Redactin both arriving. Keep your eyes on Palafox in particular, especially when he's able to come in to the back half of this fight. Even as Ayla goes in, he is actually going to end up getting out-damaged on the back half of it. Contracts with the smite, and then they're able to clean up the fight.
You said he's the most popular support?
Of that previous fight where they went for the Melio up in top side of River because they landed all this good CC, but
Ray
no
will
one
be
is there
so
to actually follow
sad.
up. Their carries
Will
are not in a
she?
position to actually hit the people
I
that
mean,
they
no
are
disrespect.
CCing.
I don't think
So
she
it
could
doesn't
tell you every
matter that
champ
get a
that's
4-man
playing
run.
right now if she saw a
And talking
screenshot.
about CC, Sniper had to use Ruthless Predator on the Yorick cage. For anybody who missed it, the Renekton special animation of the W, he's hacking the cage because he's stuck in there by Fudge. He
Neither
can't
could
get to
you.
the real target to lock him up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got me there. You got me there, y'all. Can't lie.
I got chunked too hard.
Been boom today.
Flesh.
Fudge with the call out, and you can see the frustration on the face of Quid. He also
All right,
recognizes
so
he's
I mean,
the
we're
main target of
crushing
this
right
game.
now, guys.
If
We
he can't
have
get the damage done,
every
it's not
single
getting done at
jungle
all.
objective.
As Shopify
Every single
now with
one.
a 4,000 gold lead,
Grubs,
2 Drakes, all
Dragons,
the grubs.
Atacon,
Things are going
literally
their way,
every
26 to 11
objective.
now with the pedals as well after claiming the
Actually,
Otacon.
did we get Rift
Up in the
Herald?
stair down here in the bot side River as the calling opens up from B-Boy. A nice dodge on River's Glacier.
I think we
Prison
did.
too. The Drake is alive. Shopify have control over the bot side.
And now we have
River.
another fight. Dude,
Nathan
this
taking
is
a
why I
little
kind
bit
of don't like
damage,
this
but
season of
nothing
League.
extreme just yet. Sniper looking for the opportunity of a
I feel like
pincer
low-key
pass.
this season of
Fudge
League,
tags him,
it's,
though,
I mean,
and
maybe
they
it's
have
kind of
eyes
more
on
fun to
the
watch, but to
top
play,
laner.
I don't
With
like
Fudge
it.
chasing him out. Sniper is no longer in a position
It feels
to
like it's just
find that flank
constantly
and
fighting around objectives. There's just so many staggered objectives that there's always a fight to do. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no, it's a fucking Shopify Rebellion wash. Oh, my God, it's 4 for 1. It's 4 for 1, bro. Where you going, Sniper? Nah, you don't live that. We get him. We get him. You know where he is, Fudge. You know where he is. He's on that snake shit. Yup, good call. Good call. Yup. Damn, we're killing him. It's constant action. Yeah, I think it's more fun to watch. That's why I rephrased. But I think it's less fun to play. As a jungler, at least, it's tilting. As a jungler, it's like you fight an objective, and if you die, it's like, all right back to another fight. It's like, give me a second to chill.
Does not equate to a winning play for 100 Thieves.
And this is so
Compared to when? Even
reminiscent
last
of
season.
some team fights we looked
Last
at
season,
from
because
their
they had
previous
double
series,
void
right?
grubs,
Fudge
there was
doing
a lot
an
less
excellent job of
contesting
marking
on early
Sniper,
objectives, I felt.
making sure he can't get into the fight. Hacking
Because
Revan is
you
my
would
new favorite
choose
thing.
dragon or void grubs, usually. And so if they go dragon, you go void grubs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could do that.
I know.
Now it's staggered.
So chill for such a hype fight.
All right.
Just that easy.
So they're contesting Dragon, then they're contesting Void Grubs, then they're contesting Dragon, then they're contesting Rift Herald.
Fudge marks Sniper at the beginning and just starts destroying him. Now Contract's here from the front line. He has absorbed the Sejuani's defenses, though. The Trundle into the Sejuani. Such a classic counter pick that we have not seen much of recently.
Void Grub was too OP? No, it definitely was. I'm not disagreeing with getting rid of it. Like, I understand why they got rid of the one Void Grubs.
For his poor performance in game
but I think also Atacon doesn't help.
Moving forward to be the front line here for the team.
You just like farming? Yeah, sue me. Sue me. I like farming. Like, what's wrong with that, man?
FBI dies before his ulti is back off cooldown from the previous fight. The barrier's not
100 Thieves has 0 damage. Brother, they got 0 hoes. They got 0 chance of winning this game. Sorry. I didn't mean to comment on the 100 Thieves roster's hoes. I have no idea on their hoe count. I'm sure if they were to have Huz, they wouldn't be chopped. I'm sure about this. Is this GG? Is this a 26-minute GG? I guess, yeah, 5v2, might as well. Oh my God.
River was taking the red buff, and Quid and River will scramble to try.
Yeah, now they're just gonna kill. Oh, can they stop? Maybe they can stop us. I think they can low-key stop us. Yeah, this is smart. This is smart. I think if you force the fight lasts long enough that Sniper gets in there, and then it's scary. And if you lose, it's just now an actual game. As opposed to the fucking stomp that it is.
And then they're also winning.
I think you probably could have ended there.
In this side lane split push, we talked about how important that was going to be.
It looks like 100 Thieves is trying to beeline to Baron, which I think is the right call, right?
Yeah, I think it's desperation hours here for 100 Thieves. I mean, you're hoping that maybe you can chase and get a lazy back, get a kill, flip a Baron.
But everyone's here already from Shopify Rebellion. Like, literally everybody's here. And then Annie's on like a weird flank. She's just sitting in. Oh, she's waiting for top wave.
Difficult to take.
Is she? What is she doing?
Because there was a fight going on, but Contracts.
I'm not exactly sure what Annie's angle is here. Oh, she's TPing behind. Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, immediately though, Ayla in some danger.
Okay, wait, 1 for 1. B-Boy's dead. That's kind of trouble. That's kind of trouble. They still got FBI.
So River, Quid, and FBI have got to be a little bit careful here. They got B-Boy, and that's critical. But Shopify Rebellion are looking for a little bit of revenge. Goes in,
Contracts, you got to target. Yeah, get FBI. Okay, now you can clean. Now you can clean.
The trade, so a 1 for 1 on the back end of a 2 for 1. It's still more dead on the 100 Thieves side, but at least they got the shutdown on B-Boy. Problem is, the consequences keep on coming as River.
Yeah, and then the issues, you killed River last, and now he has 45 seconds, and in the 45 seconds, you just get Baron, right? He's kind of the worst person to die last, I feel like. Because Palafox can be up for like 20 clean seconds. I almost feel like you fucking throw your life to them earlier, bro. Like, I feel like walking around to stall for... I guess it's probably a foregone conclusion either way.
Just those two players.
It's insane. And
they get Baron into instant Dragon Soul.
Baron, I'm not really sure.
But low key, okay, call me crazy. I think you give Dragon, you push mid. Blue team's all gonna fight for Dragon because they don't want to lose Soul, and then you get mid tier 3 and hit. That's my play. I'm saying don't go Dragon here. If I'm Shopify Rebellion, I'm saying don't go Dragon. We're pushing top and mid.
Going right back to where he belongs, marching down the side lane on the Yorick, causing a problem. Everyone else will take the opportunity to set up their positions.
No, because you win the fight anyway.
This is a mountain soul.
Let's see. Let's see.
By Shopify Rebellion, they have secured all 3 Drakes thus far.
Okay, well now they got 3 tops, so you go Dragon. 100 Thieves didn't even contest the Dragon. They didn't even try to contest the Dragon.
They will get the punish. They will get the first kill on Fudge this game from a shutdown of 1,000 gold, but it costs a mountain soul.
Yeah, I was gonna say, has he overextended? Because
Yorick inted. I mean, it was probably intentional, no?
To get this mountain soul, right? I don't think they care.
I imagine even with the shutdown, mountain soul is worth it.
Mountain soul, that makes it infinitely more difficult for this 100 Thieves squad to be able to do damage. We do see that death cap,
and we still got 4 Baron.
4 Quid with this 3.3.
Andes. Here's the issue.
He is kind of their
because of it, though, our Red Bull Baron power play, we are losing 1,000 gold on.
Shopify have done a really great
okay,
job
maybe it
of
wasn't worth.
Isolating him, making
Down
sure he can't
1,000
get
gold
enough
on our
damage,
Red Bull
saving
Baron
his
power
stun
play.
to
Wait, do
make
you
sure
see
he
the
doesn't get
pet?
chased out of the fight.
No, right? That's
It's
just
gonna
for
be
us.
Really difficult now with Mountain Soul on Shopify.
It's going to be even more difficult if Azir gets caught. Luckily for Quid, he can scurry out.
It would be
of there in
crazy
time.
if the jungle
Contracts,
pet just
Palafox
leaked
looking
out.
For more opportunities. We've got a TP from 100 Thieves, but can they collapse in time? Everybody else from Shopify is showing up to try to help.
Ooh, a pick on
And
River would be
meanwhile, it's
nice.
River, who's been caught out himself. B-Boy continues shooting at him. Seos uses the
This has
Mikhail
been
immediately
one of
to
the
pop one
worst
those
uses of
CCs,
Baron
and the
I've
next one
seen.
flies out. There's no
I guess the
punishment
good
side of
news
100
is
Now
we
Sniper's
didn't
teleport is down.
give them
We've
Baron.
Still got the super minions marching down the top lane as 100 Thieves will try to take whatever's left in their jungle and retreat before Shopify steal it away.
And sure, Quid has his teleport. He can answer the minions top, but he's kind of needs to be with the team. He's the only person who can do anything. And he has that death cap. He's on 3 items. I'm going to call it 3.5.
Dude, Azir's annoying. I won't even lie.
But Quid is really strong, but he doesn't have a lot of help right now. FBI slowly but surely is building up his items, is on 3 with
All right, yeah, no, never mind. It's a great Baron push because now you got 4 bot. You got Yorick solo mid.
Yeah, we'll
Top
see
is
if
pushing
they're
by
able
itself
to
because
find
we
it.
have the
B-Boy
inhib.
already throwing the culling out.
Yeah,
There's a little bit of
baby.
damage to be done on this bot inhib turret, but meanwhile, Fudge is just absolutely
Fudge solo
a monster
crushing.
on this Yorick.
Now the big thing here, River
This
does
looks
not
like
have
a Aloy's
Used it earlier in that
Mundo
scrap with
short.
B-Boy and Seos when he got cut out a little bit near the mid lane River. As we do have the mid lane inhibitor now destroyed. Bottom lane tier 3 turret about to fall now.
I'm telling you, I've been saying it. It's a great Red
Bull
Bull Baron power play.
3
inhibs down. Mountain Soul achieved.
Fudge is going to retake the top
1
inhib
tower
as soon as it
standing between them and the
and it's now double
Nexus.
super minions. Every
5
lane,
people up
every
on each
wave.
team. Who's going to get the first
100
pick? This
Thieves
should be a
have to try to deal
fucking
with.
easy one,
They're
baby.
gonna
How
take up a
do you
defensive
seal
posture.
it?
They've only got one
How do you
deep
kill
line
him?
left. If they lose it, they're out of this game. And Shopify will move up to a 2-0 lead. Maiden going to tank a lot of damage here at the very beginning. Only the 1 Nexus turret still standing.
If I was Fiddle, I would Fiddle ult and then use my Zhonya.
River on the front line gets a chomp taken out of him, but no commit from Shopify.
If I was a
just
Mumu, I would
yet.
simply
They'll
go to their
continue
backline and kill them.
Pressuring River again, just losing little bits of health. Palafox gets stunned as he wants to go in.
Uh-oh.
As Ayla tries to find some damage into the back line, and Palafox is going to drop, but River dies just the same. Sniper and Quid both on retreat now.
What's happening?
As FBI is still firing. B-Boy gets knocked up into the air, but Ayla's
Okay.
not going to get enough from it. The calling finds
Okay.
Ayla, the calling finds Sniper. FBI goes in the hero
Okay.
play to stop B-Boy.
GG.
But you've still got 3 more Rebels.
You just can't touch
pushing
contracts,
towards the
bro.
base. It's Quid in a 1v3.
You just
to
can't
try
stop
to save
contracts
the
here.
game, but Fudge is
He just
too
fucking swings that
strong.
little shit.
Contracts and Seos
Let's
have finished
go,
the job. And
man.
Contracts dances on their grave. Shopify
What a
Rebellion
game,
going
bro. What a freebie. That just looked like we were the better team. Can I say it? It didn't look close. It looked like the better team was winning and then won. Nothing else at all.
From contracts, you really saw that even though we called this team comp the Island of Misfits toys.
Holy
they
shit,
piloted
man.
so well.
100 Thieves should plan what they want to do for summer vacation.
But twice in a row now. Let's head
They
on
should
over
start
to
thinking
LTN
about it.
Lounge to break that one down.
Good job. Island of
Do
Misfits.
you guys remember? Okay, wait. There's actually, you guys, I always forget because I give you guys the benefit of the doubt. You remember at the start of the draft, everyone was like, no, 100 Thieves' draft is amazing.
Contracts flavored over there? That
I
one's
have the
probably
Yorick
good.
one.
Yeah.
The
Some of the
Yorick.
best fudge we've actually ever had.
You're tasting good contracts.
No, it wasn't.
While we enjoy fudge, let's hear from Fudge in one of the winning fights.
Okay?
Yeah,
the slower it is, the better for me.
I'm gonna pillar
the slower
on
it is, the
Azir.
better. The
2
slower it is,
seconds,
the better.
BY, 3 seconds.
Just renekton game.
Good comms, right? Good comms.
Azir's 1.
Yep, coming.
Alright, play Lucian.
I lock Zion.
Nice, boys.
Coming to our next
Yeah,
one.
just chase him down.
Yeah.
Let's push mid, someone.
Man, I didn't expect Shopify to be up 2-0.
What happened?
Yeah, of course y'all didn't. Of course y'all didn't. Because you're overpaid commentators and analysts who don't actually understand the game.
Going to be swapping it up here, trying something a little bit different as they are on match point. They have to reverse sweep. and we'll see if they can find the consistency to be able to do that.
All right, let's take a look.
Here, Shopify on the blue side banning the Yone themselves. This has been banned against them twice.
We
so
ban
far.
Yone,
Always banned
Pantheon. Who's Blue Girl?
Give it over to Palafox.
Who won game one?
But
Us.
Shopify banning this is telling me they're not willing to first pick it, and that means that they don't want to allow Quid to play it either. As
And game 2, Callista.
Varus
I don't think I've ever played against Callista. They banned Scion, Vi, and Rumble. I heard they banned Rumble every game, every single game, no matter what.
It's just so high prio these days.
Yeah, you think we're in for a good old Varus Ezreal trade?
It could be the classic.
Yeah.
I feel like we're seeing people prio the Varus so much more than the Ezreal now, though, that sometimes the Varus goes through, the Ezreal is up, and then people are just like, I'd rather play like Kai'Sa and try to dive him, or I'd rather play, something that's going to scale alongside.
to go Archer
exactly.
versus Archer or something, right? Like,
Yeah, and immediately we see the response coming out of.
Hey, Ludwig, you got me into League. I'm unemployed now. Were you employed before, or were you always unemployed and now you're filling your time? Because if this made you unemployed, I'm fucking sorry.
I know River is much well known for the
that is on me. Yeah, it's my bad. It's a my bad situation.
Like Jarvan, I actually think his Maokai is kind of underrated in the champion pool that he has. His team fighting with this champion in particular is really, really good.
Oh, I actually love this, going for the Mundo here, because I actually think from this position it's a flex. I think it's actually a pretty solid matchup into the Jace. You can farm easily and you can outscale in the top lane, but also it's a great jungle pick. We've already seen it in the jungle a little bit here in the LTA. Farms incredibly fast and can easily match. Of course, well, the flex is gone now.
Yeah,
unless you're going to go for some jungle.
Yeah, they spoiled a little bit.
I do think this gives you an incredibly beefy top side. With this kind of a
Lakamumu as a nod to the GM, 100 Thieves won't expect it. Unironically, they have used a Mumu in a game before, and we did win. Wait, the Mundo!
And it's going to be someone who's engaged.
We got Mundo in the jungle!
To protect that. So now 100 Thieves have got to decide.
What is SR short for? Shopify Rebellion.
Riven into the Ornn.
Yep.
It's time to reverse sweep. The Riven is undefeated for Sniper and
Did Ludwig give up on YouTube chat? No. And Eliami just gave me 36 months of membership.
They're going to flex that Jace into the mid lane, which makes
I've played against Mundo jungle. I can tell you, I fucking hate it. Jungle Mundo is so fake. I don't think it is fake. Because Mundo gets strong with gold. He's very weak early. Like, what is Mundo's downfalls? That he's very weak early. But if you let him get gold and stay even in lane, he starts winning late game.
Somewhere
might just be the Leandry's Maokai.
And so
does not seem like enough for Ornn Mundo. I agree. If it was like a bruiser jungle top,
invite Liam! Oh! Oh! Liam! Please invite Liam to beer.
Okay. All right, buddy, relax. I have my invite list. I sent out 24. Albeit faster than I should have. And I have a good mixtures of yeses and nos and no replies. But I wanted to make sure, because I'll be real. I accidentally invited 24 people before inviting Liam. Just because so many people said yes initially. But a few said no, so Liam gets the invite. I was slow, man. What do you want from me? I invited 26 people, and 3 said no. So it's a guaranteed lead. I can send him the invite. Oh, that's why I didn't invite him. I remember now. We're not friends on Discord. Oop.
Are banned out, and it'll be the Alistar locked for 100 Thieves. They will save 80 carry for last.
So they are saving 80 carry for last. So if they do want to go the Renata route, I think Renata is crazy here.
Tim, put me in a group chat real quick.
To go for that.
100 Thieves is kind of owning this draft. All right, what do we got?
You can go more aggressive options if you want.
Riven mid is fucking crazy, isn't it?
You can try to play lane dominant 2v2. Alistar.
I love Alistar. I think Alistar is godlike.
Look to get prio. Look to play that sort of route. I do wonder with the Alistar getting picked
it's Riven top, Jace
though,
swapping.
Really
that makes more sense.
And it's like a Karthus bot, or it's a real AP
that makes more
something
sense.
really out there. I still don't kind of believe it based on the team, but it leaves open the opportunity, right?
And I still think there's value in Nico for that counter-engage purpose that you guys are talking about. It's not the same as hostile.
So we have Varus bot. Who's our top lane?
Going mid, but it still has counter-engage value with the Pop Blossom if everybody's diving in. But it looks like no.
Is our top lane Ornn?
Nico in support. Victor mid for Palafox.
And diving through a Victor ult, diving through Victor damage.
It's Victor.
Is that Nico? Nico's awesome.
I've seen this television
I think Nico is so good.
Yeah.
I could be crazy here. I think every time I run into a Nico, I'm like, fuck Nico. This character fucking sucks.
Oh yeah, surely.
I think she's so busted.
Hey, we've seen it.
Nico pisses me off, man. I hate Nico. I actually, if there's one champ I could just incinerate.
It's an answer for those frontliners.
If I could
It's also
delete them
something
from
where
the
you
game,
can
it would be
stack
Nico.
off of the Mundo and the Ornn
Over
block if there are
Shaco,
skirmishes
over
that are right.
Mundo,
That being
over
said,
Nasus,
it's double range in the bot lane.
over
I look at this 2v2
any
matchup,
bullshit
I
champ.
love playing a lot of Smolder. This sounds like a nightmare. You're gonna pick Smolder into Varus Nico with an Alistar support? Like, what is the Alistar doing in this lane?
Alawi? I don't even give a shit about Alawi.
On your character.
Dude, Alawi's fake, bro. Just dodge the fucking W.
You can't build those.
You can't see, but Flowers is doing the Alistar dance.
That's all he can do.
Promise.
What are you gonna do against this?
It's her
What
E?
you're going to
Whatever.
do?
Just dodge
That
her
being said,
straight
like,
line
if you
skill
can
shot.
Get into a good position as a Smolder, you can kill frontline, and you can also assist with the backline dive because your ultimate does have that backline access to try to kill off the Victor, to try to kill off the Varus, which is going to be the goal of this game. It's going to be an exciting one, but honestly, I feel like this 100 Thieves draft is really hard to play out.
Someone
and
pulled the
other
VOD of
side
Ludwig getting
is
fucked by
simplicity
Alawi.
itself. It's
Like,
big
yeah,
beef
man.
balls in the front lane, easy engage
I
with
lost to
Ornn,
Alawi,
two
but now
scaling
I
carries,
understand
You
it.
just protect them.
Non-subscribers, we'll see you in 30 seconds. For the rest of y'all, though, Emily, do you concur with this? Because, I mean, I feel like
What do you mean non-subscriber? Oh, because they're running ads?
No, I actually really love what we've been seeing out of Shopify in their drafting, right?
Yeah, I got Twitch. What's it called? I got that Twitch shit.
Sold on the composition overall in the last game. They showed that they knew how to pilot
I
it.
use my
They
Twitch Prime, so I don't have to watch
focused on,
ads. Smiley
again,
face.
Getting that Yorick into really good position. They marked the Azir constantly. They marked Sniper constantly. And this is, I think, going to be a difficult ask from 100
I don't know. I mean, I think 100 Thieves won the draft, but I also thought that last game in Shopify Rebellion crushed.
Piloting these two compositions.
And I feel like in the last game,
I
we got to see
think
a little bit of a two-game redemption arc.
Am I crazy?
for both
I think if
Contracts
you
and
are
B-Voy compared to
100
game number one.
Thieves,
Contracts had a really rough game
if
one.
I see a
B-Voy
Mundo jungle, I
eventually
think it's
hit the
important
soul
to
spot that
invade
he needed
Mundo.
on Senna, but he was having a worse
Or at
performance
least
overall
win
compared to
every
FBI, but they both
objective
did great in
early.
game number two. We talked about how Contracts
Like,
and
I don't
Fudge
think you can
were
let
the goal
Mundo
difference
get
in that
Dragon
second
or
game as
Void
well.
Grubs
So everybody on Shopify
or basically
kind
any
of
objective for the
flipped
first 10
switch
minutes.
when they need to.
Well, that's where we pointed out. This should be a lane where B-Boy
Yeah,
can
I guess
also
Maokai can't really
excel,
invade.
Right?
All right. Well, it looks like level one once again not going to be too scrappy as we have Jat.
But if you let Mundo
Coach Revan.
go even and he's farming all of his fucking
How does that
shits,
align with the expectations you had coming into the matchup?
Pretty good, honestly, despite our practice this week being pretty terrible because we were getting, as Fudge mentioned, we were getting railed by Fly. But we actually just said at the end of week debrief that even if we play how we did against Fly, it'll be easy against 100 because they're 10 times worse. So that's what we're doing right now.
I've seen you've been really high.
Damn,
coach when things have
disrespectful.
been going well. What has gone well for you guys this series, and what needs to go well in this game to finish the 3-0?
I think holding on in the game one, that even though the situation was bad, they knew what the win conditions were. stuck in
True.
the game, and then once we retook that game, I think game two was just easy, and I think 100 Thieves are pretty good tilters, or pretty bad tilters rather. So hopefully we can finish it out 3-0.
Biggest thing to happen in this game to get the win?
Nothing, honestly. Our comp is just controlled. We just need to.
does every
not let
support use
their
Comet
things
runes?
Okay, I'll let you get back to Washington. Thanks, Revan.
Damn, they're
love
fucking
hearing
on a
that from
bot.
him. It's like, what do you guys have to do? Nothing. We just have to wait for them to come to
No.
us. But I do think that is really crucial for the
Look at
team
Alistar
compositions
right
they
now.
pick.
That's him saying.
Oh, I guess
Coach
true.
Gap without saying Coach Gap.
Just the range ones.
My favorite thing is, yeah, we played really bad.
Damn, we're fucking on them. Let's go. And Mundo stealing. Oh my God, pushing up with Prio to steal this.
As now,
Oh,
River
you
could be in some trouble here as Shopify have invaded and stolen away his blue.
No.
River did get it over the wall.
We
there
didn't
with the
steal the
slide,
blue.
so he's going to be pretty happy about that because that's Contracts who went topside all
That's such
the
a
way
waste
down
of
towards
time.
botside to try to steal this away, and River ends up getting it. So there is some wasted time there for Contracts.
Honest to God, it was a great play by. It was a great ward.
And was not rewarded.
Respect. That was a good ward.
Play around that pushing bot lane that they did have.
They try to take advantage of having bot prio.
I think it was a really good recognition by Contracts, again, of what lane he can play around. Unfortunately, didn't end up working out. River is going to be happy with that as he's able to take out this scuttle on the bot side.
But before the game started, Sniper was hyping up his...
It might be a double scuttle. Ooh, uh-oh. Mid. Victor. Victor. We safe?
Yeah.
Show me mid!
Well, you need to see this up, man. Yeah. True. Could it be
Dude, he gets a double scuttle. This Maokai's eating.
He's feeling confident. He is undefeated in competitive play.
Look at the bot lane gap. Yeah, I mean,
we'll
is this normal? I guess this is the Alistar diff, right? Like Alistar is gonna be awesome in team fights because all of his CC, but like he's just gonna get absolutely fucked early because of the range.
140 CS by the end of the game.
Yeah.
But it just didn't matter because his role was basically grouping with the team, just allow Fudge to take all of this farm.
But it doesn't matter if the game goes 35 minutes because then Smolder gets there. I hate Smolder, bro.
And it's kind of, reminiscent of that, and also some of these funny picks we've seen before, like the Aurelia from the last series.
Hit the tower,
and all
no?
these other things.
And it also,
Wait, is that-
a lot
is
of
that- was
fights
that not
in
insane?
Were similarly reminiscent of the last time.
Is he not playing
these
crazy?
two teams met, right? And we saw that Aurelia.
Why ain't he hit the tower?
400 Thieves in that game. Meanwhile, it was Palafox on the.
It's bad tempo if he does. Waste of time. Doesn't he get a plate? Isn't it worth the gold? Dude, this is way above my pay grade.
We saw in this series, just in the last game,
It's because they're swapping lanes and he's leaving
to the team
to
fights
swap
in
to
that
catch the
game
wave
three,
bot. I
which
see.
Shopify did win, which then put them in that position.
Yeah,
to
that's
be in
some
the
high
upper
level
bracket
shit
in
that
the
I don't
first
think
place.
about.
Palafox proving CS doesn't matter. Gold is fake.
I'm going to tell my teammates.
There's some high level shit in this game that I just genuinely could not ever think of.
We have a bit of a CS issue in the 2v2 here, the bot lane that is now swapped top side. You can see all
Dude, I'm realizing actually I don't think Nico's that strong. I actually don't care about Nico at all. I was confusing Nico and Zoe. Zoe is the one who I would delete from the game. Nico's not a problem. I take back everything I said about Nico.
I feel like this is all going according to plan for Shopify.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nico's the one that has the little clone, right?
And your support locks in like Alistar, you're just like,
hold on.
All right, buddy.
Nico's still a problem. Yeah, I'm not saying she's not good. I'm just saying Zoe's the one that I hate with my whole life. Zoe's the one who shoots the bubble behind her and makes people fall asleep.
And now they're just going to keep swapping back and forth away from them. But
Yeah,
this
that's
now
the one
puts
I hate.
Sniper in a weird position where it's like somebody has to deal with the lane. It's not going to be FBI. So good luck, Sniper.
Isaac, I've heard Challenger 80 carries talk about this type of situation before.
Yeah, Zoe pisses me off.
Where sometimes you're tryharding and you're locked in, but then you see your support lock in Alistar when you're up against double range. You're like, okay, we'll just kick the music on.
All right, we got lane swapped.
See you guys at 25 minutes type
So
of game
their bot lane's going up against Fudge. Our bot lane's going up against Sniper. And currently River is going for the Dragon. Where's Armundo? Armundo is walking topside. There's no camps topside, so I don't know what he's going for. Void Grubs don't spawn for a minute 30. Is he going for a gank? Oh no, he's just perfectly timing his wave. He's just farming.
He has no TPs.
He's just farming.
Keep your HP at full to be able to defend the dive if it comes in.
And a big thing for 100 Thieves is that they are actually able to get the first Drake off of that, right?
That's what you should do if you're Mundo.
Away from
Is he going Warmogs?
Of the Varus Nico, they will be able to push in.
Isn't Giants about
Warmogs?
Warmogs?
Give them prio over Grubs as we see Contracts already moving up, but really nice first Drake for 100 Thieves, and I believe the
Heart
first
steal?
time they've gotten first Drake in this series.
It is the first time they've gotten first Drake in this series, and it is also the earliest first Drake by just about 5 minutes, at least 4. Both
Giant belts every HP item.
10 or 11 minutes into the game. River is making his way up towards this top part of the map. Contracts and Seos also prowling around the jungle here. River does have his ultimate to be used defensively if he needs it, but Contracts and Seos aren't really looking for a dive. They're just looking to steal this red buff away right now.
Damn.
Quick tangle barb plus arrow.
Steal the
over
red
wall
and
from the
fuck him up a
Meatway
bit.
Seos combo. It's a nice little bit of chunk onto River as well.
It absolutely is, and I mean, Shopify have just got to be so happy with the position in this game.
Yeah, this is a
Yes,
great
FBI
spot to
is
be
farming
in.
down on the bot side, but even with him swapping
Even
away,
down a
he's still
dragon,
down
it's not
over
even that
20
big of a
CS.
deal. I feel like
Sniper
everybody's
did what he
farm
could
like
do, which
to
is
have a
stand there and get
500 gold
experience,
lead
but
bot
he did
lane
not
just
get
because
to
you're
farm
out farming is
anything
kind
as
of
it came in
nice.
under
But I
his
guess that's what
tower.
you're supposed to have
So he was
against
just
Smolder.
sacrificing farm where you look on the other side.
But Ornn
Now
is
you're in a
also
situation
up.
where you're 20 CS down bot, and you've taken your winning top and made him go down 20 CS as well.
Do you
And
watch
so that is the
Los
matchup that
Ratones?
they
I saw a
basically
bit of
picked
it, but it was
themselves
too.
into, and now
The
they're
time was
really
horrible for me.
paying for their draft sins, I feel like a little bit here. Like Alistar and Smolder into this lane, it just, you can't interact, and now Sniper can't either. So you've passed the buck a bit, and at least Ayla is here to cover so we can farm
Los
this
Ratones
way,
for
but
Shopify Rebellion
Sniper
win.
needs to
Dude,
be
I would do
strong.
that.
And Riven doesn't have utility. You go in and you one-shot someone, or you go in and you
Let's get
die
the
and you
squad
do
to
nothing.
Europe
There's
this
not
summer in
really
the
a lot in
offseason.
between.
Well, the first neutral objective might have changed the story in this third game compared to the first two, but
Who
the second
wins?
neutral
Los
objective
Ratones
will
is
not.
good,
It's
right?
now 3 games for 3, where Shopify get all 3 grubs. The difference this time around, 100 Thieves were nowhere even in the neighborhood.
I think
to contest.
Shopify Rebellion
Game number
wins,
1, they got
low-key,
to
no?
punish Shopify after. Game number 2, they tried but were a little bit late. Game number 3, they didn't even bother because the map state just didn't favor them.
Yeah, it just feels like such a weird game. When
Okay,
you look
I'm
at
not
the
saying
draft
Los
from 100
Ratones
Thieves,
is
it's like,
bad,
okay, you've
but
got Riven, you've got Maokai, you've
the
got
league
Jace,
that
they wanna
they're
play
in
aggressive, they wanna do things.
makes
You look at
them
their
seem better than they are.
Of the Ornn,
If
the
you are a
Mundo, the
passive
Victor,
league
who
fan
all
who
really
really
have to
only
play
watches
slow,
Los
but then you
Ratones,
slap in
you
this
leave with the
bot lane that
conclusion
they
that,
have,
yeah, these guys
who
are like
needs
the
to play
fucking best
super
team in the
slow
world
and
because they
scale
win
and
every
still
game.
lose 2v2 so
But it's
hard,
like Jake
and it
Paul.
feels like now
Yeah,
they
he's
can't
winning his
be
boxing
aggressive at
matches, but he's
all.
also going up
So
against
I'm really struggling to
42-year-old
see how they're gonna
retired
be able
MMA
to
fighter.
kind of keep this game close.
Like the teams they're playing aren't exactly G2 and T1. Okay, they did play T1, but outside of that, it's not G2.
That's my big thing is even if
They
this
beat
Smolder
T1. Be real for
scales up
1
right
second.
together with
Obviously, the
Ace, will
T1
they
match
be
was
able
kind of
to
a
actually
meme.
put enough damage onto what Shopify have gotten as
boy, a massive amount of burst.
That's sick. That's a huge first blood. We're going to 3-0 these guys.
Ayla and River can make their move. You could see what 100
T1 is off roll. I know. Who's that guy who beat Daigo in Street Fighter? The rapper?
was a little bit too strong, and Shopify Rebellion got what they came for.
And that's one of those death recaps. You check it out, and you see the time in combat, same time as the
It was
time
like when
CC.
Lupe Fiasco beat Daigo.
2 + 2 equals whoop.
If you leave that thinking Lupe Fiasco actually is better than Daigo, you have gotten the plot wrong. It was WWE, not UFC.
For the blighted arrow, and it's just like boom. That last little bit of HP is gone before you can even flash. So Sniper's Riven.
Lily beating Harada is real.
Hoping for as Shopify Rebellion is up nearly 2,000 gold 10 minutes into the game.
And mid lane, quietly, is just a farm fest, right? Which Victor, again, is going to be really, really happy about.
Okay, we are
Last
doing
game, we had this
awesome right
story
now.
of like, okay, well, maybe
Like, this
Quick
is
can
going
come back.
as well
This
as
has
you
been
could
a quiet
wish.
game where they got 3 grubs.
Our
They have
bot
3
lane is
pushing
up
lanes. They're
huge. Our
2K
top
in
lane
10
is
minutes.
up huge.
laughing.
Our jungle is even, but we're Mundo.
we see. I mean, the other big thing for me is, again,
I'm curious
that
how a
was
team
really,
fight will
really
go.
nice from B-Boy and Seos recognizing that they could go in because of how slow and kind of uncharacteristically so throughout this entire series 100 Thieves have been to respond to certain
We have
things
Void
at
Grubs.
points,
Are we going
right?
to contest
Like,
drag
they are
here?
trying to get these
It looks
set up,
like
but
Mundo's
then
kind of timing his shit perfect
Shopify,
for a
again,
drag
with
contest.
This bot lane was able to make the pick first. And like you said, Sniper is just
I just feel like
CC.
Mundo in a
there's nothing
team
he can
fight
do,
is
right? He
miserable.
immediately gets blown
No?
up.
He just
Really,
fucking
really nice
walks
stuff
up.
coming out of Shopify. We'll see again if they're able to close it out.
Lots
They
of burn
just
for
have to
Mundo that he
now,
can't
on the
answer.
side, you're looking for some sort of big X factor. I feel like for Shopify, the game plan is so clear. You have this massive advantage. Show up to every single objective and put pressure on your opponents, right? Force them to try to fight you. Force them to walk in these
Riven has no
situations where
TP,
they're at such
so
a
we could have
disadvantage
Fudge TP in and just do a 5v4.
Loud and clear, my friend. Already moving the 4-man squad down into the bot side river here as this second Drake is about to spawn. Fudge can teleport to join if he wants to, and Sniper does not have his own
Dude,
TP to try to follow
Alistar
that. So Shopify
is not
should
looking
be
like a
able to
great
take
pick
control
right
here
now.
and start this up. You can
When
see
does
that Ayla
Alistar
has
look like
already
a good
lost
pick? Because
accuracy.
right now he
Yes,
looks
has Unbreakable
butt.
Will on the Alistar to still be able to enter into the fight and maybe walk away, but it is risky. As you can see, the vision situation for 100 Thieves, not ideal. B-Boy going to zone FBI away, just try to harass that Smolder a little bit, as Contracts and Seos will have more than enough damage to secure this Drake and guarantee
Nice.
that 100 Thieves aren't stacking
Nice,
anything.
nice, nice,
Yep,
nice.
And that stops any sort of early Drake stacking, like you said, 400 Thieves. So despite them being able to get that first Drake, they won't actually necessarily be able to use that as
Damn, this game's
power
going
of it to
great,
set up
bro.
team fights.
It's a good start at
Really,
least.
really
Let's not get
nicely done
overexcited.
Again from Shopify, just playing around the pressure that that they already have from their lanes.
Absolutely, and I mean, you look over at the 100 Thieves side, and no one is really safe from getting engaged on except for Ayla.
Jinxed? I don't believe in shit like that.
Going AP, so he's working towards that Leandries.
I believe in ghosts and aliens, but I don't believe in jinxing.
Shopify. Pretty much anyone that is showing up, you just CC and you kill them. As long as it's not the Alistar, you're down to spend your spells and just knock out whoever. And you look at Sniper up in this top side, he's just in such a tough spot because he got lane swapped out of a situation where he was looking pretty good. He was trading even, whatever. And now he's on Boots and Caulfield. The Sunfire's already done. Tabbies are coming in here soon for Fudge. You're not going to be able to pressure him. And no one's even answering bot right now. Sniper's got no TP and Quid is going
Hit
top.
that shot!
You're going to lose plates to the Ornn bot. They're losing plates mid. You're losing plates top. You're about to lose plates on all 3 towers across the map all at once.
It's so rough right now.
We are fucking crushing.
All of these chunks being
we are
taken
crushing.
out of FBI and B-Boy just constantly.
The gold advantage is crazy. It's crazy for how little fights and picks we've had, you know?
Again, and this
is just every lane winning without
have to, right?
killing.
We heard Revan, we
They're
talked
just
about
crushing.
it ourselves. They scale really
Look at Mundo. He goes where he fucking pleases. Oh my god, your book hurts.
I mean, you just look at even
your
the
big
vision
fucking
that they
book,
have, this
Mundo.
line across the river. There's all these pinks all across the river. They're able to really see where the Maokai is. It feels like at every turn.
Okay, 100 Thieves looking for their chance
Good flash.
to maybe put a stop to this, but no. Immediately, Shopify Rebellion just back away. They aren't going to allow 100 Thieves the avenue to punish.
I mean, it's just really smart stuff because Contracts and Palafox are whacking on the tower. So Seos is basically just standing in that tri-brush, waiting for where they would have to walk through to be able to make any sort of
Ayla, you're not going to come up. You're not going to walk up like that.
3 losing lanes as a jungler, it's such a doomsday scenario. Because
wait, when does Rift spawn? I thought it spawned at 14. Is it 16?
Know where you
Fudge?
are every single turn.
Sneaky little bugger.
Fudge there, I think, was forging the tabbies. Yep, they do come in. So he's got those plated steel caps. And he is kind of bulletproof right now. He's just got to keep getting XP, keep pushing in those waves.
Yeah, I mean, look at Riven. You've got cooldown shoes and the
Wise led the LeBron of Twitch.
And then across the
LeBron of Twitch is probably like Summit 1G, man.
It's the tabbies just getting forged, like you said. Fudge is an immovable brick object for this Riven.
And that's the result
Old
of
as hell, and he's
having
still on top.
Swap away from that hard prio bot lane, right, to try to save this Smolder. And it didn't work because no, it did not actually work.
He's looking destitute.
He is not looking all that great as we see the kind of general timings for some of these Smolder stacks.
It's Northern Lion? It is not Northern Lion.
And 225 currently.
That's
FBI
crazy.
is sitting at 96 at 1521.
So yeah.
Northern Lion's like Chris Paul.
A little behind.
3/4 of the way to where he should be. As you can see, a big chunk of damage there onto the Alistar. Not enough to threaten a lethal situation.
That's not fucked up. Chris Paul's a phenomenal player.
I mean, at 400 HP, even if you Unbreakable Will, you go in and you die instantly.
Yeah, and I mean,
yeah, he's an Al Horford.
At this next dragon here.
He's an awesome Al Horford.
They already have 2 out of 3 of those objectives taken. And they're looking good. I mean, Fudge is going to start taking trades.
Oh, man, Fudge is going in for the Chad Ornn play. Immediately goes
Chad Ornn play.
Commit another Brittle, another proc, and Sniper is down to 350 HP. However, he did not commit the Wind Slash for that. So if he wants to try to go back and heal, teleport in to join a fight.
And we get Rift, bro.
Before the fight even starts, Shopify Rebellion.
Dude, this Maokai pick was kind of bad, I think.
Boots from the feet. They are feeling good.
I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah, I was going to say that just allows them to get the Rift.
I just feel like Maokai is too slow of an early game champ to fuck up Mundo.
Be able to get another turret off of this bot.
He's good in team fights. Yeah, but there's not really many team fights. And Mundo's just getting free fucking gold.
4,000 gold, 16.5.
We got Mundo with the heart seal,
really
and a giant's belt, and
with,
full boots.
Especially when you consider the only neutral that they have is a single flower petal and a mountain.
Riven's the problem.
6 minutes into the game.
Yeah, I mean it's really
Riven does seem like a solo queue pick.
Hard to kind of think about how they're going to be able to come back. Other than you need to look for that miracle play, right? You need to look for that multi-man combo where Riven flashes in and one-shot someone. You're looking for those.
How do you build stacks on Heart Seal?
Because beyond that,
I don't know.
You're just not winning this game now the way it's going. You know, Fudge is about to hit level 12. You know, he's even getting a ton of XP, so the ornaments are even on the horizon here as well. You know, those levels are going to continue to come in.
Oh, it's like how long you're in a fight or something, right?
It's not going to get too much better.
You have to be in a fight for a few seconds.
Fight.
Well, I like the fact that they just got the accelerated shock blast there onto B-Void. That will at least knock the Varus down to about half HP, maybe give him a better chance to move into the river and establish some control, get some battle lines for a better
All right, Dragon fight. Probably our first full fight. Haven't really had a fight yet. B-Boy coming in a bit low HP, dropping the Rift Herald mid. Not a bad call. That should kill mid tower. Yeah.
Zoning everybody away as Mom flies through, but immediately on the front line, the
Okay, Fudge, stay alive. Sniper down. Oh, there's the Nico ult. Quid could do some damage. Nah, this is a fucking Shopify Rebellion sweep, bro. Mundo push! 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 Oh my god, man.
Contracts goes where he pleases, picks up the double, and that might just be the straw that broke the camel's back.
This might be the straw that breaks Mundo's back. I won't lie. Aloys has been trying to do this little ploy of keeping Mundo off the radar. I've heard rumors that he's having his viewers throw Mundo games to drop the percentage of Mundo, his win rate, so the devs don't see how good he is. You can't hide
a briefcase going in there, and
an
then
LTA playoffs match from the devs. That's the issue.
As well, to contracts
Now,
cleaning that up.
I don't know. It's Mundo jungle, not top.
They know, man.
Yeah,
they know.
They can feel it.
From that
Maybe
spot,
you're fine.
If you choose to fight at that dragon, it's tough.
Push.
My God, they're doing it in playoffs.
It's a streamer, Aloys, has really been popularizing Mundo, and he always plays that track while he's playing. So everyone in his chat is spamming push. And,
Dude, yeah, the Aloy streams are going crazy. It's funny because
almost has his
it seems random to me. I've been watching Aloys play Mundo for the better part of a year. Like literally a year ago, I watched Aloys play Mundo, and he's, you know what's funny is he's doing the same exact thing he did a year ago. Now he's just doing it in cosplay and saying push and pulling up a big comically large 90s telephone. And then the kids love it.
Also managing to not die.
The kids love
try
it.
to dive him with Quid's Jace. So kind of again,
Aloys is known for his Riven. Yeah, maybe in 2021,
he's
bro.
not going crazy with his farm, but when
Now he's Mr. Mundo.
He's doing his job.
Yeah, and you should be able to not only soak up so much of that poke potentially coming out of the Jace and the Smolder, but also just frontline. Like in that last team fight, we saw him pretty much just
The Mundo Mundo has a great
until
gate.
she died.
You do have to give it to Mundo. His gate is funny.
She'd already kind of gone in and gotten CC'd as well. But yeah, again, like it's so awesome to see this out of Shopify.
He's got machine gun Mundo. He does.
Games where you'd be like, okay, they figured it out. They played this really well. They had this globals team composition. They played the side lanes. They played the map. And then they lose the next two games to Dignitas.
Stop using random words. Machine gun Mundo's a thing, bro. What's the item?
Fighting. They themselves have talked about how they've had problems closing games out. Have looked so good in this series.
I mean, absolutely. Fudge and contracts as well.
Titanic Hydra. You get Titanic Hydra, and it's auto attack cancel or reset, I should say.
That could be a problem there. Shopify really are looking threatening. They're on the Otacon. They're trying to put the finishing touches in.
They've already got it down below half HP, and the enemy jungler is now at 1/3. 100 Thieves have got to be desperate. They got to be looking for something. Sniper wants to come around on the Pincer attack. River is going in.
Kill River.
150 HP. Contracts
nice.
Also incredibly
Smite
low.
easy. Nice. GG, baby.
Shopify Rebellion are 2.
GG, baby. This game's over, bro. Atacon, and we killed 2.
Did not work at all as he is forced to retreat. There's 2
GG. Too easy with the Mundo. And did you see how low Mundo's health was?
We see it in their previous games. We see it here now. They do such a good job of being
He just
able
has 2
to
giant
mark
spells.
Sniper on
He's just
these
sitting a little.
flanks, right? Fudge is able to stop him from really getting into the fight. Look at how low River already is. He is pretty much going to die instantly.
Yeah, he was like going
Powerbucks
in
ends up
hoping he could
flashing in
maybe
there.
fucking smite the Atacon. Not even close.
To Shopify.
Bit desperate there. Won't lie to you, Sniper. Bit desperate.
Fudge just won't let Sniper pass. Sniper pops the ulti. Nope, you're not walking through
You're
here.
not going anywhere.
He's just going to mark him on that tri-brush, stands there, CCs him up every time he tries to walk through. They just can't get anything going. And
Dude, they are losing all 5 lanes.
He's halfway to
this
14.
game is
It's
over.
just going to get worse.
And now
this game is fucking over. This is a solo queue game, bro. You can do whatever you want under tower. This game is over, man. This is over.
0-2 and 0 on that Jace for Quid.
I don't on that. Yeah, Alistar has seemed useless this game. Alistar and Riven have both seemed useless. In fact,
Shopify favored as they controlled things from the start.
It feels like the only character, their only win con is Smolder.
As Shopify Rebellion will silence all those claims.
It is a curious draft.
Being the better team that should have been in the upper bracket. Shopify looking to bust into the base. Not even 23 minutes into the game, the tier 3 inhibitor turret is down before the Baron can even spawn.
I mean, it's tough. It's really tough. I mean, you're looking at Smolder. It's like, all right, you almost got.
Where's River going?
Surely that's going to see something. But
okay.
2 items.
Okay, Palafox and Say.
What is the play here?
River,
TP mid?
Really
wait, they could win this.
Looking to join up and
hold up.
In here. on top of
Warren ult. They're turning on Sniper. Sniper flash. Oh no, B-Boy. Wait, that's actually pretty bad. Low-key,
FBI still spitting at him.
This is kind of scary here.
Opportunity to do some damage as Fudge and Contracts are soaking a lot here on the front line. Palafox with another death laser, but he ain't gonna
no B-Boy. No damage.
That's your big factor.
Get out. They called abandoned ship. Ooh, flasher flash.
Flash away as Quid tries to go to the skies as Fudge and Contracts fire back.
Yeah, we do kind of need Varus, huh? No Varus, no damage. I guess Victor should be doing damage, right? But I feel like Victor's weird. A little bold here, Mundo. You stay out.
It's not going down particularly fast, but it will go over to the Thieves.
It was a bit of a throw. I don't know if that's a throw per se. They were walking away from taking tier 3 bot. And then I guess they thought they were chasing down Sniper, but they were actually getting turned on by the TP. And it was also a pretty decent Maokai ult.
They do teleport in the Riven, but Riven just gets completely stuffed here. The CC lands, the Tangle Bar.
Ultimately, it was a 1-for-1. Oh no, they didn't kill the Riven.
So much space for FBI. River's able to get in. They shut down B-Boy, and this gives them.
I mean, wait, Baron comes up in like what, 2 minutes?
Split fight too, which when they were able to split.
Who's he calling?
Revan saluting.
Baron's up in 10 seconds. They have no flashes and no TPs, I feel like.
To see that fight at 100 Thieves.
They use 3 flashes and 1 TP.
That Drake stacking, right? Like where Shopify
and we
will not
have
be on soul
3
point
flashes.
by the time
Okay,
the next Drake comes up. Sniper is going to be able to take this turret down.
But what about Sniper himself? Fudge is trying to guarantee some sort of a punish here. Riven is hyper mobile, but a nice knock up there from Fudge at the very end. The clap.
Dude, Sniper has been
from the Sunfire Cape gets it done.
I was about
not
to say,
having a great time.
I don't even think he needs him to kill Sniper at this point. He is already in such a
You
good
would
spot.
think.
Yeah, B-Boy has his upgraded ornament as well as Fudge has hit 14.
You would think Riven should win that 1v1.
So more and more of those.
Just from like a design standpoint of the game, you'd think the big fucking bear guy loses the 1v1. That's how I would imagine it.
Like we said, they just got to keep showing.
I feel like Riven should basically win every 1v1.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. They're getting in their opponent's face now, taking away so much of the jungle. As Mundo becomes a real problem. If you get to 16,
not down 1,000 gold. I guess I mean even, not like obviously you kind of lose any 1v1.
You become almost impossible to kill in a 5v5.
Well, FBI at least now has.
Isn't Riven a dueler?
Of the 225, the Smolder though still only on 2 items, and it's not like the big powerful items either,
no,
right?
Like IE or anything.
Yeah,
Essence Reaver and RFC.
Yeah, the Essence Reaver just keeps you poking. The RFC gives you the little extra range to do it more safely, but it's none of those big.
She has no Black Cleaver. You need Black Cleaver. I've been telling my team that.
Is going to need to maximize his damage.
You need that shit.
If he wants to have any
average game time, 225 stacks at 23 minutes. How many stacks does Smolder have? 256. Ooh, uh-oh. B-Boy's dead. That's tough. Great ult. Doesn't matter though, because fucking Mundo goes where he pleases. Mundo!
He finally dies, but the Chaos Storm is a tornado.
Look at that, a penta! Let's go!
That's Victor from Arcane, baby. That Arcane Storm covering the whole screen. It's a penta for Palafox. It's going to be the Baron.
Riot Games, we still don't like how you have twinkified Victor.
As well, they take everything.
What an amazing combination from both Palafox and Contracts. That ult that just took up the entire screen. And again, they're actually
We do? No, we don't,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah, they're going to end up backing off after this one to kind of reset.
Well, I mean, it's Orden Victor. They can.
We
they can
already
do it
have
forever,
Wei.
but They don't do a ton, but they do a ton in a fight like this.
Okay.
Yeah, so River sets up the Maokai.
We have
ult to go
Peak Twink.
through, right? Ayla is already on the flank. The Smolder out goes through. They do kill B-Boy immediately, but Sniper is already dead. River is already dead. And then Contracts just absolutely goes forward immediately on to Quid, to FBI. They both get deleted by this massive Victor damage.
It was the kill onto Quid that made the storm big enough to kill FBI there too. Absolutely.
Dude,
clutch,
guitar
and
solo,
Ravage
hell
just plays
yeah.
the Solo.
Yeah. Right.
Penta, woo!
Me want to get a penta?
I love it, man. Everybody on Shopify ready to go.
All right, 5 up on each team. Our team starting the Baron halfway through. Contracts tanking it. Literally, look at his HP, almost 90% full. Maokai drops the ult. It gets 2 stuns.
It is smited and secured by Contracts as they cannot get a kill.
And look at that ult from Nico. What a great ult. Oh my God, what a great ult. G fucking G. Who's that? That was 4, right? That was a great ult, bro.
Thieves as Shopify Rebellion will find their ace.
That's GG, man. 40 seconds, I guess, yeah, 25 seconds.
They are marching straight into the base.
25 seconds. Palafox can TP back in. Contracts is full health because he's fucking Mundo.
Shopify Rebellion are on the victory push, 19-5. The first 2 games already in their pocket. The third one going the same way. It was not a fluke. They're the better team. They're gonna clean sweep 100 Thieves straight out of the playoffs. Shopify Rebellion 3-0.
Shopify heard 100 Thieves talking shit and they said, dude, us? We are the better team.
Let's go! 3-0, man. That's easy. That's easy.